Hello, hello, and welcome along to episode 15 of Soulforged, where hopefully we're going to get to the wedding. Imagine.
Yes.
We
What
would
level are
hope.
you?
9.
Not
You're level
high
9,
enough.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Right.
Actually, we're 10.
Yeah. I think you are. Are you actually level 10?
No.
No, I was
Okay.
lying.
Oops.
Unless.
My
Can
bad.
we be?
Unless.
Unless.
Sorry, lads, you're going to level up at the end of this session because you were meant to level up last session.
You're
Just level up
kidding.
now. We can do it
Yeah,
now.
if you are capable of doing so, you may level up now. Sorry, I was expecting you all to be level 10.
Oh!
And then I saw the
This is
gift,
record time.
and I was like, shit.
Oops. Yep.
Yeah, so
Pretty
basically,
amazing, guys.
if you remember that last week, oh, that's why, because you didn't actually get to Jahamp last week, did you? But we are going to fast forward through that. Okay, so that's fine. So you're technically going to level up in about 4.5 minutes.
Right.
Or about 40
I
minutes,
should be.
technically, but you can do it now, that's fine. So,
Yay.
last session,
Ooh.
you were in Turlik, making investigations as to what the hell Regal was doing. If you remember. Were we in Turlik? We were in Turlik, right? Yes, we were. Making investigations as to what the hell Regal was doing and where he was stopping so much when he stayed in Turlik. After a little bit of investigation and a little bit of poking about, you managed to find your way to a strange abandoned mansion. Where you broke in without knocking on the door or asking any questions.
You say it like the whole house wasn't covered in thorns and
Somebody had
hedges.
tried very hard to keep intruders out, but nevertheless,
Yes,
you
so how
broke in
was we meant to knock on the door?
with your fist. You broke in. You found a girl of about 19 or 20, who you decided to completely ignore and bypass.
Oh, I
you
thought
broke-
she was like a kid.
No, you broke. Yes, you definitely missed part of last session because you broke into a study, and you discovered many things. Amongst one of them was a snake, which you summarily stabbed. And then when you got down to the when you were doing this, you were interrupted by a man who claimed to be the owner of the house, called Galen.
Look at that D8.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He also mentioned that Regal, his half-brother, had been visiting his daughter, though you decided he was lying. Obviously, he was not visiting a 6-year-old, Josh. He was visiting an adult of close to his age, though she doesn't leave the house, if you remember. Anyway, you found lots of information about Galen, but primarily his interactions with potions and poisons. Though, from what he tells you, he was putting a man in place at the court of Jahamp because he believed trouble was afoot. Or Regal specifically believed trouble was afoot, and he wanted to avert any trouble at the wedding by getting a herbalist and an antidote specialist into the kitchen staff. After that, you sort of decided that that's as much information as we're really going to get, and Regal called you to breakfast, whereby he basically told you to stay out his business and do what you're meant to do, which is break heads for the king. You guys got on really well.
I just like how Regal's like, there'll be trouble at the wedding. It's like, yeah, you're the trouble that's gonna be at the wedding.
Well,
He's so sus.
He's very sussy.
He is a sussy one.
Yeah, he's definitely planning something. And then, thanks to Karina's incredible, what is that spell that lets you peek inside?
clairvoyance.
Okay.
Mm.
Yes. We saw some crazy stuff. The guy teleported, he had documents on us, and he told someone to move a plan up a week or something like that.
He did.
So we were going on ahead, right?
You were indeed going on ahead, and so you decided to try and take a boat across the blue.
Oh. Boats again.
So, just to remind you, as per the map, you are currently here at Turlik, and you need to go to Jahamp, which is here.
Jahamp.
Yep, correct?
Mhm.
All happy with
How
that?
far is that actually in terms of distance?
Everything is times 10. So it is 233 miles.
Oh, okay. Right. Not the end of the world then. Fairly long drawn up river, but
Yes, by swift boat you would expect it to take a week.
Jeez.
Maybe a little less.
Across the river? I mean,
No.
lake?
Crossing the lake usually. Ooh, look at that. That's how many miles it is. It's
Nice.
70 miles across.
nice miles.
It's 70 miles across. You should be able to cross it in just over a day.
Okay. Cool.
But you need somebody to take you across.
Hmm.
For the boats waiting for the procession
I
will not be present for another 5 days.
Yes,
Someone
because-
here owes us. We killed their dragon thing, didn't we?
I mean, unless I'm misremembering, I believe Karina's father is here.
Is he here?
He is here.
Well, I also think that the whole world owes us because we saved the world.
The whole world?
I think
I
so.
think we just saved a
We
princess.
saved a princess.
Who knows what could have happened
That's
in
fair.
those dark days?
No one could know.
Okay. So, you're in Turlake. You're wandering about, and you could probably walk down to the coast if you wish. And you can see the Blue Lake. This is obviously looking at a relatively close shore, not all the way across. But it's quite beautiful. Oh, wrong one. I was gonna get
Is
it.
the blue lake actually blue?
It is called the Blue Lake for 2 reasons. The first reason is that during the summer, when it is, or most of the year, I suppose, really is a bit closer than the summer. When the sun shines down, you can see the bottom of the lake, and the bottom of the lake is blue glacier. It is ice at the bottom of the lake, blue glacier ice. And during most of the rest, during the coldest parts of the year, the lake is almost entirely frozen over, which reflects the color of the sky, making it not only blue but beautifully colored during sunsets, etc. One thing that is
that's
worth
cool.
noting, however, is that you take stats for SIs. Yes, you don't get a feat.
Okay.
The feats are given out separately. And if you are rolling HP, you can roll HP and all of that stuff. Anyway, so to cross the lake at this time of year, where there is a lot of ice on the lake, because if you remember, we're in sort of late November, early December. Late December, early January. That's correct.
Right.
Yeah, you're getting close to the.
So it's not frozen now?
There's a lot of ice in it. It's not. It never freezes completely across, except for like on the coldest of days in the middle of the night. But yeah, for the most part, the lake is mostly frozen, which is why passage across the lake is so difficult. Yeah.
Well, is I mean, is anyone around?
Yeah, there are loads of people on the banks of the river, in the town. None of them
okay.
seem to be doing much in terms of going out on the water, but lots of people are throwing fairly large boulders out into the water and then casting their fishing rods after them, fishing through holes in the ice. A little further down, you can see a little on the bank, there is an area that is frozen solid enough that some children are playing on the ice.
Oh, I hope they don't fall in. Karina, what? Your
What's-
father? What?
I'm going to pull out my ship in the bottle and check to see if it's in motion.
The ship is indeed in motion. It is in motion on a river. But you were told your father is here. He's just not on the boat. Which isn't normal,
Well,
seeing as
I
he's the captain.
can attempt to send him a message, or I could we could try to search for him a little bit.
There are plenty of dock workers down here. Karina, you would know that any one of them will know your father, probably by name, if not at least by business.
I imagine he'll be easy to find.
Very.
I will go and ask a dock worker.
Great. Lots of them will point you up towards the shipwrights' houses. So if you remember when you first came into Tur Lake, you saw these. They are huge marquees, effectively, where two large branches have been raised and then canvas has been stretched out large distances, under which are being built boats with the timbers from the Mountain Kingdom. They're not actually being built right now, they're being dried. You can't build a ship with green wood, so the wood is being dried. And apparently your father will be there. That's where he is most of the time all day.
Oh my gosh. I'm kind of
Bye.
nervous to meet your dad.
Why? He's just a guy. I mean, he's a captain. You should probably salute when you see him.
Okay. I just heard about him and never, he built up a legend in my mind. Karina's dad. What's his name again, by the way?
That's it, just Karina's dad.
So
He doesn't have a real
memorable.
Captain Marcus Braxton.
So could you say that
I
again?
coughed
There
over
was
that.
a sailor coughing.
Yeah.
Keep it down over there. Jeez.
Jeez, important law moment over here.
That poor villager. His name's Captain Marcus Braxton.
Marcus Braxton. Got it. Captain Braxton. Has a nice ring to it.
I will send Zephyr to scout up ahead to see if he can spot him.
Ooh, Karina Braxton. That also has a really nice ring to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Well,
had that name
thank
since
you.
the
I
beginning
think
of the
that's always
campaign.
been
I know, but I don't think about people's last names.
Yeah, but we talked about this because of like Tony Braxton, all the Braxton sisters, and then you were like, and then I
I
was.
don't think I was there for that conversation.
I don't remember
you
this
and I were
conversation
in that
either.
conversation. It was
Okay,
me
I actually
and you
wasn't
and
there.
you and me and me and you and you and me. Like there
I
was no
stand-
other people.
I stand by my comment.
I'm not sure if I'm more offended that my players don't listen to me or my husband doesn't listen to me. But
I swear we never had this conversation.
Oh, no.
Anyway, notes aside, Zephyr flew into the shipwright and into the ship's drying areas, but you not so much, stuck outside. There is a heavy contingent of guards outside. Zephyr gets in, turns around, comes straight back out. It's like about 8 foot into the building. I did not think you were going to send a familiar in. I thought I'd make it convenient for you.
Do the guards seem to be stopping? They're blocking
Everybody.
the doorway.
Stopping anybody and everybody.
Including a little bird?
Well, they didn't stop the bird. That's how the bird knows that the father is 8 foot in.
Especially
I
the
see.
bird.
The confusion's so real.
No, because you said that right after. It sounded like Zephyr was, like, stopped at the door from getting in, so he just gave up and came back.
No ID. Okay.
Oh dear.
Guards,
All right. Let's check it out.
Excuse me, would you mind sending out Captain Braxton?
door. Sure, ma'am. The gentleman sort of nods and turns around and walks in. And moments later, your father comes out with 2 dwarves. Both of them look aged.
I just kind of nudged Winona because I told her to salute, and I'll just see what.
Oh. I do salute.
And as he sees you, he sort of looks over and... Karina! Hi. I wasn't expecting you, was I?
Nope. Reporting for duty, sir.
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 The other 2 just no.
No heck.
As
Show
you
some
all,
respect.
or most of you salute. Yeah, he sort of... There's no need for that. He's,
Wait, what does he look
Okay, well
like?
that was really funny, you guys.
I don't
I'm
know.
sorry.
Oh yeah, what does he look like?
I was thinking a lore. Is he a silver fox?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
But I was
Wait,
thinking
what?
white hair, not silver. Like
Well, same
like
category.
Silver.
white.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Just noting that down.
Winona's
Okay.
like not only her daddy.
Does
Do
he
you want a
have?
wedding today?
Yes! Yeah, we
I think she does.
We can have two at this rate.
Then get on with it.
Wonderful.
I mean-
We are on our way to the wedding in the northwest, and we need a ship.
But the boat's on due for 5 days.
Are you careless?
Are we early? I'm trying to remember. I don't know what that noise is.
What's that?
What's the?
That was my stepdad.
Oh
Excuse
my
me.
gosh, that is hilarious.
I don't know why he's hooting and hollering. Captain Braxton, hi, Winona Barrelight. I'm friends with your daughter. We have reason to believe there's some kind of malicious plot. And so we are going ahead. Oh, we're heroes of the realm, by the way. I'm sure you've heard. So we're going ahead to try and, cut off any sort of
But
threats
how are you
at
going
this
ahead?
wedding.
There are no boats.
Well, that's why we came here. Karina, I step back and let Karina continue.
If anybody has a boat, it's you.
Not the kind of boat to cross an ice over lake. In fact, the boat was taking damage just by rocking out in the harbour. Rocking out in the harbour. Yes, that's not the phrase I was looking for. Rocking in the harbour.
Nice.
So actually, I sent it downriver with whoever you've decided is the first mate. And,
Of course, him.
Yes, him. No, you need a barge. I don't have a barge.
Oh.
Got a friend, but
Mm.
I don't think he'll take you for free. He may not take you at all.
Money
can
is
pay.
no problem.
His name's Nick. You need to head out of town on the western road. Follow the road for about 6 miles, and you'll see a large abandoned windmill on the left. Take a left at that windmill and follow the path. You'll find a small clutch of houses just behind the farmland. That's where Nick looks after himself. You can ask down there. He runs a barge at this time of year. I don't know which side of the lake it is right now. But your other
Do we know
option-
him?
When we get lucky.
Your other option is to ask with some of the more official boats, but most of them are either waiting for the wedding procession or for others that need transport. You know, they're booked, basically.
Mm.
I'm sorry I can't be of more help, but, well, I've been a little busy here. Do you want to come and have a look?
Yeah.
And with that, he sort of gestures for you to come in and follow him. And he introduces the two dwarves at his side as he walks. Ow. Sorry. They are the Hammerhand brothers. Ivan
Aw.
and Dernick.
Love them.
And they are shipwrights. Very, very old shipwrights. They built warships about 300 years ago. And so they bring that.
Okay.
They bring the memories of those with them to build these ships. And as you walk in, what you will see is hundreds of timbers hanging from the ceiling. Between huge wooden poles are strung long ropes, sort of all the way across under the canvases. And the logs there are hanging. And there are many, many men sort of tending the fires that are way beneath them, effectively smoking the wood, trying to help it dry. There are also women who are sort of walking along, basically flapping sheets of canvas to stop the smoke from staining the wood itself. They want only the heat to rise, not the smoke.
Wow.
So, it's a big endeavor. It looks like there's enough wood here for 1,000 ships. But to Karina's trained eye, you'd realize that if it's going to be a warship, there's probably only enough here for 6.
Oh.
Despite the massive amount of logs there are. Or planks now, I guess they've been cut. Some of them. Impressive, no?
This is quite the operation.
Quite the scale of operation, yeah.
It is.
Definitely.
The Prince has done me great honor in asking me to help connect those that have placed the order, so to speak, and those who are building it.
Which prince would that be?
Verity.
Okay.
No, rubbish. Chivalry. The king in waiting.
Okay.
Yes, sorry.
That's fine.
Confused
As long
my
as it's
princess.
not the other one.
Ah, no, not that dick.
Not that dick. Yeah.
If you want to take boat with Nick, you'll want to get there to his place late afternoon, early evening.
What time is it now?
About 10:30 in the morning, as far as I know. I don't have
And
a
how
watch.
long would it? How long would it? I don't know if there's a pedestal nearby.
Sundial?
About 4
Yeah,
hours.
that thing.
It's about 4 hours, Jenny.
Oh, so
Oh,
we
boy.
should really start heading
We
there
should.
now.
Yeah.
You know.
Post haste.
He sort of looks at you, and Nick's not the type to operate by daytime.
Oh.
Is he the type at least to talk by daytime?
I think he's saying he's a little shady, Gothak.
Oh,
Yeah, I
not
know,
that-
I know.
not that
I
he's
don't
a
think
bat
he's
and
going
flip
to
them
open
off.
the door and say, "No, sorry, come back in 5 hours." I can't talk by daylight. I'm a vampire.
Just holds up a piece of paper.
My mouth can't open for another 4 hours. Please return. Anyway, yeah, I would head there pretty soon if I was you, and well, maybe. He looks to Karina and sort of motions for you to move closer, and he sort of says very quietly, just to you, "Can your friends look a little less conspicuous?"
Wow.
What? Really? I didn't notice. I thought they looked fine.
They stand out. Nick is not
Yeah,
the type to
yeah.
like being remarked.
Ugh.
I guess we'll cover up. Thank you.
No problem. And, Karina, don't you dare tell him I sent you.
Noted. No name drops.
Any hints and tips for us to get him on our side?
He sort of looks at you and just shrugs. You get the impression that he knows of him. He doesn't know him.
It's okay. You can say no. This
Not
is a
really.
safe space.
Yeah, but he's basically saying, I don't know him, I only know of him. And I'd really prefer that you didn't connect the two of us, ever. Good luck, goodbye, and have a nice day, sort of thing.
Nice to meet you, sir.
And you also, friend of Karina.
We'll go to a wedding and ensure that it happens and happens safely and everything will be a-okay. And there we go. Sure, nothing wrong will happen.
Exactly.
What could possibly go wrong for us?
I hope
Oh my
nothing
God,
does.
there's so many wedding songs we could sing.
So yeah, does this guy sound like our best bet, Nick?
So your choice is, obviously he did say you could ask about the official boats
Mm-hmm.
down the harbour, or you can head off to Nick's.
We have not met this Nick before, right? I don't know why this name sounds familiar to me.
You've never
Would
met
we-
him or heard of him.
Would we pass the official boats on the way to Nick's?
You are
I
currently
mean, we're
at
basically here.
the shipyard. You're like 10 foot away from the.
Yeah,
Oh,
might as
then,
well.
then we might as well ask while we're
Yeah.
The reason you're confused, Michaela, is that Nickum, or just Nick, as he went by, was the gnome that owned the barge that brought you up the river.
Oh my gosh, two
Oh.
guys named Nick who own.
Two
That's
guys
what I
named
thought.
Yeah,
Got
I
it.
hadn't
Just the
realized the
common-
coincidence because
Okay,
they're two
I was
completely
like,
different
oh,
moments
we-
in the book.
we know him.
Yeah.
We're not connected.
No, you don't
but-
know this guy.
Yeah, let's go ask at the about the official boats while we're here.
Okay.
Yes.
You can head down to the docks, but you can ask any owner of the barges. You will see large barges that have these sort of. To us, they would look like wheels, I guess, with sort of rigid spikes. So they sort of come out and then jut back in at angles. And they sort of roll at the front of the barge, a bit like a steamroller, and they break the ice as they go across.
Oh, cool.
These boats are specifically designed for that. You have people pumping on either side to keep the roller going, to crunch out the ice and make sure no large ice breaks a hole in the hull, basically.
Awesome.
Very cool.
But yeah, you can go down and speak to any of them. They will each tell you that they are waiting for the wedding until you get to sort of boat 6, unless you wish to ask any other questions of them. But when you get to boat 6, he sort of says to you, I'm booked the Duke.
What?
Booked
Can
for
you
the
repeat
Duke,
that,
I'm afraid.
please?
I don't remember. Did we hate the Duke of Turlake? I forget.
You don't really care about the Duke of Turlake.
Right.
He has seen you once. He asked you. He was executing
Doesn't-
the witted.
Oh.
But
We
he,
don't
Oh,
like
yeah.
he
Right.
also sort of endorsed your quest with Virago. He seemed quite under Virago's. He didn't want to be noted to be asking the king's assistance with dealing with Virago. You dealt with her.
Yeah, but doesn't he like that we defeated that sea
Yeah,
monster?
very much. It's been huge for trade on this very lake.
Oh, well then, I'm sure he'd forgive us.
Can't this
for-
guy just go and come back for the Duke? Right?
He's not taking the Duke to the wedding. He is working for the Duke.
Oh,
booked by the Duke.
Oh.
what?
He tells you
Maybe
that
we
the
can
Duke
ask the
has
Duke
booked
if we can borrow it.
well, we're due to go out tomorrow, late afternoon.
Ugh. Ugh.
We're waiting for our shipment through. There would be no space for passengers on our journey across unless the Duke is willing to forego some of his cargo. He makes sail to Moonsai.
Not that big, except for him. I'm sure we could work something out.
We could squeeze in.
It's an open barge, ma'am. There's no space for passengers when the cargo is secured.
Then how about just taking us?
And no cargo?
Where the cargo?
Well, that is
Wait.
normally how we take passengers, yes, but the Duke pays me to take his cargo.
How about the coin of a hero?
Yes, but
Does
you
that shine brighter?
no matter how beautiful your coin and how prettily it clinks, it will be paid to me only once. The Duke's coin comes to me weekly.
Oh.
What if I gave you enough that you wouldn't need anymore?
Oh.
Begging your
You wanna
pardon,
get this
sir,
guy-
but I can drink away any amount of money that you give me, but I can't drink away money I haven't been paid yet. A weekly stipend is safer for me than any lump sum. Besides, if I was to stop working because the Duke had fired me, my wife would fair kill me.
Ugh.
I am the Duke's. If you would like to use this boat, you could always take it up with him.
Okay.
Oh, that sounds like so much effort.
Just to step back a bit, telling none of those royal boats that we are heroes of the realm on important business, that didn't matter to any of them?
They will not leave without verity and chivalry, no.
Ah, okay.
No, they don't like you that much. they are
So we
waiting
can
for the
convince-
royal command. No.
Alright. How far is the Duke's house?
It's about an hour's trip up through the city, up to the top of the hill, where you'll have to make an appointment unless you can demand admittance. And if you demand
Oh,
admittance,
Lord.
you might be able to see to the Duke, but then he might not let you use the boat, and then you'll have wasted a couple of hours. I mean, you're more than welcome to do so.
It doesn't sound like it.
You can go. Maybe you can convince him.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that's the process. That's what that wasn't the DM telling you. That was him telling you.
Sure.
You'd need an appointment, and I can't promise he'll say yes.
Sure.
Fair enough.
Alright. So, do we want to go to the Duke or talk to this mysterious Nick fella?
I vote we just go straight to Nick.
I agree.
Alright. Yeah, last time we went to a Duke's house, we were waiting around for hours and hours. So there was a choking
to-
dog
Yeah, you
upstairs.
have to rescue a dog. Big sad.
Ah.
You're
Oh,
able
yeah.
to head out of town, down to the west. Do you want to get anything, do anything, buy anything before you go down there?
What is there to buy?
Great
Food,
question.
traveling clothes, travelers' supplies, general goods, anything that's non-magical on D&D Beyond, basically.
Any fridge magnets?
Buy a fridge magnet if you want. They're not invented yet because fridges aren't invented yet. But you can.
No, but are there any like little
Little knickknacks, little souvenirs.
Yeah, you can find like a sort of a strange flat cap that's embroidered into the front is Turlake. Alternatively,
Ooh.
there's a sort of there's this sort of canvas top. It's horrible. It's hideous. It's like slightly off brown, and somebody has sewn into it with white, slightly misshapen letters. I went all the way to Turlake, and all I got was this shitty T-shirt.
Wow.
A T-shirt.
It's 2 copper pieces.
I will give 4. Have a good day.
Generous man.
Luca, that's really your
no,
color.
in general.
Oh, it's not for me. This is another wedding gift for the groom. It would be rude to just gift one of them.
Oh, that's a good point. Thank you for covering the wedding gifts. I forgot all about that.
That's fine.
We should probably actually like get something real, but you know, whatever.
We
Do they have
something
anything
real.
good here?
We have
Yeah,
the
you
net-
took that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that thing.
that thing.
I can't think of the word, but it's like a hair
a henna,
decoration.
yeah, it's a henna.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, that thing.
But if you wanted to buy something real, you could potentially go to like a jeweler's. Is one possibility.
There we have a hairnet.
Yeah, it's not for him.
Something
but it's-
real. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you
He's
know.
not a T-shirt.
Maybe he has long hair.
sure.
I
think
the
what we
sort of
have
thing that you could buy
is
here
good.
are snowshoes or a climber's kit or a traveling or winter clothing or mason's tools, potter's tools, weaver's tools, a collapsible pole, sealing wax, I don't know, playing cards, insect repellent.
But nothing magical.
No, nothing specifically magical. The collapsible pole seems to have a
I
little
was
bit
just
of-
thinking of something that would be good against cold in case we get avalanched, but
winter clothing gives you resistance against cold from natural effects.
yeah, but I don't want to have to
Checks
think
for
about.
cold.
We already
wearing-
have cold clothes from
Yeah,
when
if
we
you
went
most of you do
to
have cold weather gear.
Gatha's
Yeah,
house.
we'll be fine.
I just wanted another.
To
I just wanted a
Gatha's.
ring.
A ring.
Pick up some
Gathak
cold
invited us
weather.
over.
You can get a signet ring.
No, I meant a
Ooh.
ring of warmth.
Oh no, nothing like
Yeah.
that. Here. If you remember, there's very little magic in terms of magical items in the world. Those that
you
are
can always
Yeah.
unusual,
I'm
sort of
good.
legendary-ish items and stuff.
You never know what people find on their travels.
True. But no, you can just buy standard stuff. If not, off you head out to Nick's house. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you trundle on out to the west of the town and down the road for about 3 or 4 hours, where you come upon.
Wait, we
Bad-
took our mounts, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming you're riding. Otherwise, it's going to take you a lot
Okay.
longer.
Just checking. Just
okay.
checking. That was
Well,
the riding
You have like
speed.
phantom steeds and stuff. Yeah. This is the riding speed. 3 or 4 hours out of town, you see an abandoned windmill. Can you remember which way you turn?
Oh my
Left.
god.
Left. Very
No.
good. You turn left. You head away across some farmland, and you find a small cluster of houses.
Which one did he say it was?
He didn't.
Now.
I'm hoping there's a sign outside,
Nope.
like all good Pokemon games, that says Nick's house.
Just 5 houses in a cluster.
Okay, well, do any of these houses have easy access to rivers and or the boat?
No,
Yeah.
none of them are anywhere near the river or the boat or the lake. There are 5 clustered houses next to some farmland, out by some trees.
Ooh, does any of them have shutters on the windows?
All of them.
Ah,
That would be too easy, wouldn't it, Dan?
it would.
Well, there's
I guess we just start knocking.
Yeah.
Okay, you knock on the door. And
Yep.
a young girl comes to the door. She's about 18, 19. She's got her hair cropped very short, almost boyish. And she does wear trousers, not a skirt. She looks up at you. Can I help you?
Hello, little boy.
She
Is
raises
your
an eyebrow
daddy
but says
home?
nothing. What's it to you?
Ooh.
We're looking for a man called Nickum. No, not Nickum, just Nick.
Just Nick.
Just Nick.
I'm sure you are. No Nick here. This is Pelp's house.
Oh, thank you. Well, do you know which house Nick's is?
Can't say that I do.
Ugh.
No? Alright, well, have a nice day.
Is she lying? She sounds like she's just being given attitude. I bet she knows.
Yeah, you can give me an insight check if you want, Winona.
Hell yeah.
Interested in, but the
No,
passive
he's just a
insight
sweet,
wasn't
innocent
enough.
boy.
My passive insight is 20, but I
Yeah.
did get a 29 on my active insight.
29 is quite a big number. It definitely seems like she's concealing secrets.
Sure, we all have our
absolutely
secrets.
everything she said to you didn't seem very true.
Great.
I don't know what you're going to do
Well,
about that. You can
yeah, I was
hold her at
gonna
knife
say-
point, but
No. I was gonna say she just doesn't want to talk to us. Let's just move on.
Yep.
Oh wait, did he say that Nick wants us to pay him? Pretty rich.
What has that got to do with this young girl?
I was just gonna say if she's covering for him, I was just gonna mention, well, we are looking for his services if you know the way, and we are willing to pay. But otherwise, I'll keep moving.
I wasn't aware Nick had any services.
Wait, you know
well-
Nick. You just said. Why would you be unaware of his services? Which is it?
You asked me if I knew which house belonged to Nick. I said I didn't.
But you do know Nick.
I know a Nick.
God,
You're a sneaky little boy, you.
these semantic games.
I know a Nick. I don't know if it's the same Nick you're looking for.
Let's pretend it is.
The Nick I know wouldn't like people asking so casually at various houses, just looking for him.
Well, you're the first house. If you tell us, there will be no various.
It's true.
I don't know which house belongs to Nick. I don't know of any services that Nick might offer. If Nick did offer any services, I'm sure he wouldn't necessarily want to offer them to you.
What about
suggest you
for
move
2
along.
gold pieces?
What about for 10 gold pieces?
I can't know that I don't know just because you provided some money. If I did know Nick, I would say that Nick would probably think that 2 gold pieces is nowhere near enough to secure his services.
No, I said
How about
10.
20?
I said 10 over Lucas.
For 20 gold pieces, I could potentially put you in touch with my father. He might know a little bit more.
That's enough. I'm walking away.
Let's keep moving.
Okay. You,
Knock on the next door.
okay.
We're getting
You
nowhere.
cross over to the next door, and you see a fairly well-built man. He sort of looks over at you and, can I help you?
Have you heard the good news?
Can't say that I have.
I'm not going there.
I was waiting for the good news.
I'm not gonna start preaching. We're looking for a man named Nick.
You're looking for a man called Nick? I know what you're saying. Oh, well. Afraid you got the wrong house. My name's Len.
Len.
Do you know a Nick? Lenny?
I do know of a Nick.
Do you know where he lives?
Can't say that I do.
Do you know where we could find him on a day like today?
I can't say that I do, I'm afraid.
Okay. Thank you anyway.
Yeah, those of you with the particularly high insight or passive perception might note that this man looks a little bit like the girl that you saw earlier. They've got the same sort of features. They look like they
That's what I
might
was
be
gonna
related
ask.
in some way.
I bet this is her father. Wait, they live right next door? That's kind of cute, actually.
Maybe-
There's 6
maybe
houses
the-
in a little circle.
Maybe the mum and dad split up.
Is everyone here like family? Can we go knock on the next door?
Sure. You knock on the
Oh,
next
this
door, and there's
one.
a very slight man. He's about 5 foot tall. He's again got the family resemblance.
Oh my god.
Can I help you?
Nick, we've been looking for you. I'm just trying something out.
Looks at you. Is that so?
Yeah.
It's unfortunate for you. I'm Tom.
Oh, sorry. You guys just look alike. I got confused. Wink. I winked to Luca.
If you were looking for Nick, what would you be looking for Nick for?
We need a little help.
Yeah.
Is that so? I've got a
Nick,
friend
I
who
did
knows
something
somebody
to
called
Nick.
Nick. I might be able to pass a message along for a price.
What's the price?
Say 50 gold.
Why is the price?
25.
I've got a friend who knows a guy called Nick. For a price, I could pass a message along. Price is 50 gold.
For a price of 50 gold, is it 50 gold a lot of money?
It feels like a
Look
lot.
in your inventory and tell me if 50 gold is a lot of money.
Mine's like infinite. I'm rich.
It feels like a lot, though.
How much
Whatever,
gold
I'll
have you
just
guys
toss him.
got?
I'll just toss him the
I've got
50. Let's just get this
2,000,
over with.
technically.
Yeah,
I've
you've got 2,000 gold. Does 50 gold sound like a lot of money? Do you? No,
In my
no,
head,
it's not.
I have infinite.
He takes the money and... Alright, I'll
Thanks,
pass
I
him
didn't
this.
give it.
Jamal did.
Whoa. Hold on.
Galthak
Oh,
did.
God damn it.
Yeah,
God
I'm
damn
trying
it,
to get this
Galthak.
over with.
So he pockets the 50 gold, and what's the message you'd like me to take to him?
We know.
We
what
need
you
a
did
boat.
last
We
summer.
need it soon.
How soon is soon?
Now.
Now.
As soon as
ASAP.
possible.
As far as I'm aware, soon and now aren't really the same thing, but fair enough. These things take time, you know. And if you were to find somebody who could secure you that boat, how much would you be willing to pay?
I'm gonna step aside and I'm gonna have Vero walk right up to him, snout to face.
Pretty beast you got there.
You tell me.
How much
What's
you
the
willing to
going
pay?
rate?
Well, how much are you willing to give away?
Well, I wouldn't know. I'm just passing on the message. You'd have to ask Nick how much he's willing to charge.
We'll pay the
Vero-
price. Just get the message to him, please.
He smiles and gestures for you to come in. Nick Holdfast at your service. Come on in.
I knew it! I got you. I got it.
He smiles.
I knew that was.
5,000 gold pieces up front.
How
Fuck's
dare
sake.
you?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Jeez, 5,000.
I'll throw my key to my.
It's dangerous and it's illegal. There's a group of
It's
pilgrims.
illegal, you say?
Of course it's
Why
illegal.
is it illegal?
It's always illegal to cross the Blue Lake in the winter. Unless you've got official
Why?
business. I don't have official business. But I do have 20 pilgrims who are wanting to make the journey to Jaham.
Wait,
They've already paid their
why is it
passage.
illegal?
we leave tonight.
Oh, perfect.
Why is it
Hold on,
illegal to
if-
cross like this? Because he is avoiding taxes. He is a smuggler. He's quite clearly smuggling things across the lake.
I guess if we're on board, wouldn't that make us official business at that point? Therefore, he could get away
I
with it.
don't
no
deal with
problem?
official business. If you've got official business, I suggest you look elsewhere. Something tells me you don't have official business, otherwise you wouldn't be here.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
5,000 gold pieces up front.
Alright. I mean, across us, I'm sure we can afford that, right? I have about 1,500.
I have
Not spent.
100 gold I can spare.
I have 700 gold total.
Ouch.
Okay.
I make a lot of scrolls.
Seems like Karina and Luca are really down
He
bad.
sort of looks at you and... Luca has 2,000 gold. Just saying. He looks at you.
Yeah,
and,
we know.
have you not got the coin?
Well, we have it across
Dude,
us.
we're just adding it up. Give us a second.
We leave tonight, 9:30.
Okay,
When's
where
that?
should we meet you?
You can wait at Pel's house.
When would we
Great.
know when it's 9:30? There's no watches.
He looks at Karina's timepiece.
Oh, good thinking.
He looks at his own timepiece. I don't know. Tell the time. There are magics to do that.
What should I tell it?
9:30. Palp's house. And
Okay.
can you put a cloak on the big guy?
I don't think there's a cloak big enough.
Well, we don't want to be noticed.
Galthak, I guess you're not going to the wedding.
It's okay. What can I sort of do with travelers' clothes? Has that got a cloak or something or whatever?
Just put your hood up. and
Just
stoop.
crouch.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
look at it
exactly.
up,
Yeah,
stoop.
if you if
Yeah.
you go on the when you go on the barge, if you crouch, we'll throw a cloak over you. Just pretend you're a big box.
Perfect. Perfect.
Galthak the box.
I'll just sleep in the corner then.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Alright, you guys can
It's
handle it.
currently about 6:30. But you've been told you can wait at Pelf's house.
Who's Pelf?
The first girl you met.
And
That girl from before. So I said,
Oh,
ugh,
the boy.
the girl with the lovely short hair.
Do you mean it, the boy who?
Cried Wolf.
At
Okay,
Pelf's
so
house?
yeah, we're gonna, I guess, knock again and say we're back. We solved your mystery.
Ah, I see you've met Nick. Well, come on in. There's meat pie in the oven.
Ooh,
Oh.
what kind of meat?
Oh.
Say no more.
I don't know. I didn't do the hunting. I did the pie.
There's fair.
You have to ask Mother.
Is that why there's a hole in it?
When you get over there, when she sort of gestures you in, there is a large, long table around which are huddled various different pilgrims in brown cloaks. One in particular catches your eye. She looks as old as the mountains. She's huddled right over her gnarled fingers and sort of really wrinkled up skin, sort of buried in this cloak, and she seems a little cold.
I'll head over to her.
As she sees you, she looks up quite sharply. What's this? Thought it was just us.
No,
Elf,
you've got...
Puff shakes her head, and you have to ask Nick.
So, what's a bunch of pilgrims sneaking around for?
Don't see that's any of your business.
Ooh, okay. Sorry. Just trying to make conversation.
And she sort of studies you all for a moment. What takes you across the lake?
Wow.
That's none of your business.
Period.
Interesting.
How about that?
You're going to jeopardize this trip.
Are you?
No.
Look, we're capable.
I'm sure you are, but you're also noticeable. I don't want you bringing your
Yeah.
trouble to us, making it our trouble.
And I'm sure you have your own troubles too that could be brought to us. Otherwise you wouldn't be sneaking
I don't think so.
around. Let's just both agree that we'll both be civil.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Yes. My name is Mr. Fox.
Ooh, I like that.
Serious.
And this is my what's the book called? Fantastic Adventures with Mr. Fox? Something like that.
Fantastic,
Right?
Mr. Fox.
I don't know. There we go. Yes, I'm also fantastic.
Marvelous.
Is anyone else giving her their name?
My name's Luca.
Oh,
My DM wants me to say so.
I just don't want you to make silly referential jokes to things that don't exist in this world. I believe I told you over dinner that it was my second biggest pet peeve.
Indeed. Yes, my name's Luca. If we're actually gonna start being nice to each other.
What is it? Where are you from, Luca?
What's your name?
I have many, but you can call me Kettle.
I can't do that.
Kettle? Like a bowl? Is that what she said?
She said you can call her Kettle.
I don't
Got
like
it.
the fish.
Kettle.
What are you traveling for? What's your pilgrim?
I don't know that you know much of it, but I journeyed to see or to hear of the White Prophet.
What's the White Prophet?
It's an old religion, old religion from down far south beyond Jamalia City. It tells that for each age a White Prophet is born.
Oh.
They can see something of the future.
And you're going to find out what they can see?
No. I go out of interest.
What's your interest?
I like to learn. I'd like to learn more of this White Prophet. Norma says that there's information to be had about it in Jaham. So where are you from?
I'm from...
You need the world of men.
Yes, please, although I doubt it will help. I'm near a forest near Garrel.
You are from Garrel, pretty much, yeah.
Yes.
And what of the rest of you?
Where's that?
Near Valaris.
It's northwest of...
Oh, okay, I had to zoom in more. Okay, cool.
I come from the ice wastes. It's the far north of here.
Well, that much is evident.
There's not many places someone like me could be from, really, is there?
No. Do you travel together? She sort of
Yes.
waves
We
out.
do.
Interesting. What's your business across the lake?
It's private.
I'm sure it is. Is it going to bring trouble on us?
No. So, what's your religion about?
The White Prophets? It's not my religion. It doesn't belong to me.
Oh my goodness.
It speaks.
I'd say that out loud.
It speaks of a white prophet and a catalyst that come to move time out of its endless circle and into a better cycle.
Oh.
So it's a dawn of a new age, is what you're saying. They bring.
I don't know so much that it's such a large thing. I think each prophet hopes to shunt time into a slightly better cycle each time.
Messing with time gets complicated.
Oh.
I don't know so much that they mess with time as just try and better the world, really. Like any religion, I suppose.
If only that was true. Would any of us have
No.
heard about the Right Prophets?
No, the White Prophets, this religion is from far, far, far to the south, far below Jamalia City. Jamalia City is so far south it's not on the map. It's you can just see the very edge of it below the barrens in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can see the roof.
Yeah, pretty much. It's all the way down there. But roll 20 likes if I make the map any bigger. So that's it's as far as the map goes at the moment. Yeah. So and at this moment Nick comes in and she looks up to Nick and, who are these people?
Oh my goodness.
That's our business. Just like your safety is our business. Don't worry, they will not endanger you or bring any attention to you.
I'm starting to think about it.
And at this, Pelth goes over, and you immediately see that Pelth and Nick are quite clearly brother and sister. And she sort of hits him, and what's this? More people. We didn't make plans for that. He sort of, they've agreed to pay. And what? We don't change the plans. You know the rules. We keep things simple. Keep things safe. They'll be fine.
Thank you.
All right, we'll get ready. We'll leave in half an hour. Enjoy your meal. And she places plates of pie and vegetables and potatoes in front of each of you. Eat up. As it is soon to be 9:30 in the evening.
I'm getting a little bit worried. Nick talks as if there's like
Something.
a great war ahead of us. He talks very ominously.
That's true.
After a while, you've finished eating. Nick comes to the door and opens the door and suggests that you all head out. Kettle.
Was that quite good?
That was very good. It was very good.
What was the meat?
Goose.
Lovely.
Interesting.
Sounds yummy.
Kettle sort of goes to a donkey and a cart. Cart is covered in sort of a rough canvas, and she sits up and she sort of uses the reins to get the cart moving. The rest of the pilgrims sort of stick together. You get the impression that Kettle and the pilgrims are not connected.
So she's not even with this group.
No, doesn't appear to be.
Intriguing.
You said your passive insight is 20. What's Kai's?
22.
22. Interesting. Not quite, but it's enough for you to get suspicious. As you look around at these pilgrims, you notice under their brown cloaks that each of them are wearing clothing that is a little expensive for a pilgrim. Make of that what you will. You are led to a large barge that appears to be sort of very decrepit, badly kept. It's sort of slightly banked up the beach, if you like, or beached up the bank. I don't really know which way around to put that. It's slightly on the bank.
Sounded correct either way.
Yeah. there's a tree, a sort of willow tree that hangs over that's sort of covering it in different sort of bits of debris. And Nick and two other men start putting their shoulder to it and pushing it onto the water. Karina, as you look at the boat, you note that although it looks like somebody's purposely made it look shabby, it is very well intact. It's very looked after. But the sort of the extra bits, the captain's cabin, the sort of the fences around and stuff, are all a bit jittery. And Nick looks to specifically Galthak. Says, "I don't suppose you might assist in getting the cart onto the barge."
Of course, I'll give you some muscle.
Okay.
Where's this cart? Where's the
cart has a donkey. What he's asking you to do is lead the donkey on, so the old lady doesn't have to. The donkey might get skittish moving onto the barge. He's not asking you to lift the cart. You might be.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
not that strong.
Got to go full on the reason. Shoulder up
pull the
donkey.
cart.
You can pull the cart, but at that point, what are you going to do with the donkey? Right? You're not going to
lifts
pull it
up the
all the way to
donkey.
wherever she wants to go.
Unstrap the donkey from the cart, lead the donkey on, keep it calmer, and then just
You
yank
could
the
do,
cart
but you'd just be wasting your time.
Alright.
It's about 30 buckles to undo. You haven't got
Let
the
the
time.
donkey
Just
take the
leave the
day
damn
off.
donkey on and give me an animal handling check.
I'll see if I can wrangle the donkey. 13.
Go, Galthak.
You end up sort of fighting the donkey on. There's like pushing it and shoving it, and it tries to bite you. And I don't know, maybe Galthak tries to bite it. I don't know what sort of behavior Galthak has, but either way, sort of it gets a little violent and tempestuous with you. And Kettle seems to be cheering on the donkey. But eventually you're able to get donkey and cart on your own mount, so a lot easier to manage. I'm assuming Vero won't go anywhere near a barge, but will instead make his own way.
He'll fly overhead.
Okay. But yeah, after you all get on the barge, Nick sort of reels up a canvas from the edge and starts to pull it over the top. Not one of you will be able to see where you are going. The canvas wraps the whole way over the barge, and it is a sort of pale blue colour with bits of white on it, made to emulate the colour of the lake itself in a sort of way. Obviously, those of you who have familiars or Vero, you could potentially communicate through and or see through, depending on which one of you we're talking about.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'd like to have him be my eyes.
Yeah, I mean,
Not
obviously,
literally.
you can't look through them through his eyes.
No. I just
he can
mean like
report to you.
he talked to him. Yeah, exactly.
And as you get on the boat, it is cold out here. It is whipping wind. There are about 8 of the smugglers. There are 20 pilgrims. There's Kettle and her donkey and cart, and there's the 5 of you.
Perfect conditions.
Huzzah.
Okay. The barge slowly gets going, and you hear the sort of creaking and pumping as the whole thing at the front, the contraption at the front, starts to roll up and churn, and you hear the ice breaking as the boat begins to make its way across. This goes on for about 2 or 3 hours until Vero and or Zephyr or both do spot another barge similarly covered, making their way towards you.
Oh lord. Can Vero tell? Does it look like cargo? Does it look like there's secretly people
You have no idea.
on?
It's just
No
a
idea.
canvas across the top.
Lord.
He's only just able to make out that it is indeed a barge.
Coming like directly towards us, like we'll crash.
No. Like you will
okay.
pass very close together.
Well, that's still not great, but nothing I don't think we can do about it.
After about half an hour, you hear Nick call out, "What ho! Safe? Clear? Safe and clear." You hear the clinking of coins being exchanged. Your boat carries on. That boat passes you. Make your way further out. Another 4, 5, 6 hours pass. It's cold.
During this time, could I be trying to whisper teach Winona Draconic?
Yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily need to keep that quiet, right? You're on the lake. You'll be told to keep quiet if anything's been seen. But the pilgrims are
Oh,
talking to
cool.
each other, that sort of stuff.
Okay, yeah. Then I'll continue her teachings.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Nice.
Also,
I mean,
if the
if there's
pilgrims are
space under-
talking,
Sorry,
I
what
am
was that?
trying to eavesdrop a little
I was gonna
bit.
say, if there's space under the canvas, I'll make a tiny hut that our party can go in and out of.
That's so cute. We have our own suite.
And as you sort of sit in this tiny hut and you're learning Draconic and whatever, it's cold if you're not in the tiny hut. A couple of the pilgrims approach you, Karina, and ask if they might spend a few minutes in the warmth. And you do see that the woman is leaning over, and beneath her brown robe is a babe. Can't be more than 3 or 4 weeks old.
Wow.
Please sit.
Thank you. And as she sort of leans forward, you do see a necklace sort of come loose from beneath her clothing. You do spot that. That's definitely gems. Real gemstones.
Oh no, that's not a baby. That's a halfling.
No, she has a necklace and a baby, not the same thing. But I'm just saying it's an expensive necklace. That is under
Yes,
her
yes,
clothing.
yes.
Yeah, I'm like trying to eavesdrop on some of these guys.
Yeah, whilst Renona tries to eavesdrop, I will try and I'll snap at her, like, pay attention.
Sorry.
It's not how you pronounce the R. Just
Sorry.
roll your tongue.
In attempting to eavesdrop on the pilgrims, most of them are talking about home. And they're talking about what they're leaving behind. You get the impression that these people are leaving their homes for good.
The woman with the baby, as she's in the hut, I'll just turn to her and be like, "So, where are you heading?"
To the Mountain Kingdom, ma'am. We're going on a pilgrimage. To Jahab.
You wish to live there?
Perhaps stay there for a while. Perhaps find a home. I'm not sure. Maybe.
I don't mean to pry, but I can't imagine what would cause a woman to bring a very young child on such a long journey.
Can't you? You must have had a... Well, I'm glad for you that you haven't had any experiences that would give you reason to imagine such a thing.
You might want to cover that necklace.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You're kind. I am grateful. Sorry, I can't tell you more. She sort of looks to her husband. Give me a perception check as you also look at her husband.
It's kind of like the end of the Titanic.
Oh,
All the rich people
and
getting on a boat. Icy waters.
women
19.
and children first.
19. You see that he has a ferret inside his cloak.
Aww.
The baby.
No, the husband.
Yes, the baby has ferret in his cloak.
The husband has a ferret in his cloak.
Oh, then he must be warm.
They're witted.
Oh, stop.
That's why they're running away. Ooh, is the baby not a human baby? Is it an animal baby?
What?
Whoa.
The baby appears completely normal.
Just want to double check she's not weird.
If she is, her animal companion is not the baby. Believe it or not.
Right.
People are animals.
Luca is an animal.
True enough.
How
It would
dare
be
you.
very weird.
He's Mr. Fox.
As the boat goes a little further, Zephyr and
Oh.
Vero get eyes on shore.
Ooh.
There is a group of men awaiting you there.
Uh-oh.
There appears to be between 12 and 15 of them.
Oh, I've been
We've
there
been heading
before.
the correct direction this whole time, right?
Yeah, as far as you know, north is north, right? You don't know
Uh,
much
we
about
heading
exactly
west?
west Nick is. Yeah, sort of. Sorry, west is west. You're right. The Mountain Kingdom is in the north, but yes, you are correct. You are heading sort of west northwest. Yeah.
Can they make out any distinguishing features of these men? Any symbols or
If anything,
weapons
they
or
seem
anything
to be
like
doing
that?
their absolute best to appear nondescript. They wear standard sort of brown travelers' cloaks.
I suppose they could just be there to escort the pilgrims, because I'm assuming Nick.
Yeah, they seem to have a whole operation with
know.
multiple people.
Yeah.
It doesn't. We shouldn't be heading toward the shore right now, as far as I'm aware, right?
What do you mean?
Are we taking the barge upriver?
No,
yeah.
no, it's just crossing the lake for you.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Gotcha.
What you do on the other side is completely up to you guys.
We could just follow
Right.
the river.
I mean, we've got mans of our own, right? We can just ride upwards along the way to where we need to go.
Yeah.
Might take us a little while, but we'll still be there earlier than everyone else. That's for sure.
The group waiting on the other side of the shore appear to be sort of a fair way up the no, rubbish. Sorry, they appear to be on the edge of the forest, sort of just coming out of the forest. On the edge of the forest is the word I was looking for. Towards the shore. They appear ready for you to arrive.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any animals in the nearby woods around them?
Not that you can see from here.
If I send
is Zephyr actually
Zephyr in to
entering
get
the
a closer
woods?
look. Yeah. Once we get close enough, I mean, we'd be fairly close at that point, but
Oh, sorry, I just need to move us off and on. I can't seem to change the music. There we go. Yeah, if Zephyr heads into the woods, immediately you will see 30 or 40 armed men.
Oh my god, this was my worry.
They don't wear particularly descriptive clothing, but they look like soldiers. They move like soldiers.
Why would they be here?
yeah, I will quickly warn the party of everything, and
Should
I
we
don't
ask
think
Nick?
we want this ship to land.
Ooh, do we think that maybe they are waiting here for the
The
brigade?
smugglers?
No, for the wedding party.
No,
for-
you would know 100% that this boat is not landing at the same place that the wedding party's boat would land.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
This is a smuggler's boat moving, assumably, to a smuggler's cove on the other side of the lake.
Okay, sure.
This is like a sting. This is a bust.
Like you smuggle a bunch of people who want to not be here because they might have the secret, and you gather them together, and then you ship them off.
Hmm. What do we do about this?
We could distract them while the pilgrims run for the wilds.
We stop this boat.
Right. What is Nick doing right now?
He's outside the canvas, so you can't see.
Oh,
You can only see
boy.
this through Zephyr's
Wait.
eyes, who's in the forest.
Yeah. Oh my god, Zephyr's in the forest. Okay. Ooh. I mean,
I think if we land, these people are dead.
I agree.
Lord,
Who do we trust Nick, or do we think he's causing this?
I think
Or ratting these people out, I guess.
We heard the money exchange hands. I
it's true.
don't feel like there's question.
Okay. Okay. then I am not opposed to stopping this boat.
As
But
you
then
are
what?
watching the men in the soldiers in the forest, they move out towards those on the shore and begin to fire bow shots at the men on the shore.
Uh-oh.
I would like, if possible, for Vero to go over to the soldiers
Okay.
and like bat his wings to cast gust of wind.
Okay.
So
Ooh.
knock him
Um,
over.
That is a 16 to hit, Vero.
I think that will miss. It will miss.
Okay. That is a 19 to hit, Vero.
Oh, right.
Does a 19 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. That's 7 piercing damage. Another 19 to hit is 5 piercing damage. 20
Yeah.
to hit
Mm-hmm.
is another 3 piercing damage. A 9, I'm assuming, will miss. But all of the soldiers fire at Vero as he gets too close.
Okay, I mean... Okay.
You can then cast Gust of Wind. What's the effect of Gust of Wind?
Sure.
Can you
So
display
it's
in DTT, please?
Sure. I mean, I wasn't gonna have him get so close, but that's fine.
Well, an arrow can be shot from within 600 feet,
Sure.
which is a lot further than Gust of Wind can be fired. Okay, yeah, you can hit like 3 or 4 soldiers with that.
Yeah.
Maybe 5. No, 60 foot long, never mind. Hit like 8 or 9 soldiers with that. What are you trying to achieve? Just sort of giving the people on the shore a chance to fight back?
Either fight back or run.
Yeah,
I
well,
don't
run is
know
what they're
how
going to
well
try and
they are
do.
at combat.
They're going to try and
Sure.
get on these small rowing boats and row out towards you guys.
Yeah, for them to go, I'm hopefully like knock some of them prone if I can. I don't know if it can do that, or if it just moves people back. But
Yeah, it knocks a few people back, knocks a couple prone. They begin to turn their fire quite heavily on Vero, though, and Vero will need to fly away.
as soon as he's got him down, he'll fly off.
As the boats start moving towards Nick, you just hear, or towards you guys, you just hear Nick say, "Shit." And you hear the sound of there's a sort of thud and then a splash in the water.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
I'll relate.
the fuck was that?
Can we peek out of the canvas?
As you look out of the canvas, Nick is standing there, looking out. But you're sure it was Nick and one other man who were looking out before?
We need an explanation if you want our help.
My family are on the other side. They're awaiting us. We've been betrayed. The man who was with me, he was new to us. I think he sold us out. Not gonna lie, I didn't ask too many questions.
Really?
Sort of holding a dagger in his hand that's covered in blood. It's pretty obvious that he really didn't
He
ask
killed
any
him!
questions. Oh yeah, he stabbed him and threw him in the water.
Yeah.
Ah, right. Well,
Scandalous.
Can you do anything to save my family? They're rowing towards us.
Yeah, 5,000 gold. Just
oh my god.
How far are they?
They're sort of about 100 feet away now.
If only
right,
Vero had a swimming speed.
You cannot swim in this water. If you fall in, you
How
will
far
die.
away are they from the edge of the shore, and how far
It's ice,
are we from it?
Josh. It's full of ice. If you were to fall in, you don't swim in that. They're about 100 feet away from you. Just said that.
And the shoreline?
About further 50, 60 feet. They've only just moved down into the water.
That would be a
At
difficult
the edge
throw
of the
for
water
me.
where the soldiers are approaching, I'm going to cast Storm Sphere.
Nice.
Ooh.
Okay. The soldiers see this and sort of begin to back up a little bit, especially if you've thrown a gust of wind at them already. Right, they're really not liking that. Yeah, I mean, it's fair to say that a few of them will be hit by that. A couple of them are taken down. A couple of them are killed. A couple of them are just sort of knocked prone or moved back. Most of them sort of begin to scramble their way out, trying to flee. the small boats pull up alongside the boat, and Nick turns to you all and, let's get the pilgrims out first, quickly. And they start guiding the pilgrims onto the boats, onto the little boats.
How does Kettle react to all of this?
I was literally about to mention her. She's currently having an argument with a lady. She wants to bring her cart. They do have one boat that's big enough, but she explains that the scrolls in that cart are her life's work.
Aw. Yeah, like now's the time to lift the cart.
What kind of scrolls are they?
Writings on all sorts of religions, magics, unusual practices, spells, all sorts. Please.
The
my life's work.
to flip the cart.
Well, you couldn't anyway, but Galfak could.
Very okay.
Yeah, I'll lift the car. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Into the boat?
Onto one of the little boats?
Yeah, there's enough space for it, right?
Okay.
Or into the lake.
With that, the guy sort of helps Kettle on, and there is one last pilgrim who's just stepping on, and then Nick shouts, "Now!" Jumps onto the boat, and they cast away from you, leaving the five of you on the barge.
Arseholes.
Okay. I'm sure we can
Does
figure
this
out how to
mean-
work this.
Does this mean in the Titanic of Order of People where peasant men were like
No,
at the bottom of
It means that they have cast off with more than enough space in their boats for you, purposely away from you.
Oh.
Your boat
Well,
is
fuck
drifting towards the shore where the soldiers are.
Where did their little boats go, though?
They're rowing down the shore, away from the soldiers and you and the barge.
No, okay.
Okay. Well,
How do you steer this thing?
Well,
should we run?
yeah, I mean it's drifting in towards the shore, and the ice churners have stopped.
Are we moving quickly, or is this like a painful? God, can we get there already?
Yeah, it's a slow roll into shore.
Soldiers just waiting there with swords in hand, like.
No, they're not that stupid. Most of them are holding crossbows or bows, and they are spread out along the shore.
Oh.
In the name of the prince,
Got a war on a boat or something?
hands up, surrender.
Did they just say the name of the prince?
In the name,
In
right?
the name of the prince, hands up.
Which
and surrender.
prince? There's lots.
That's a good question, actually.
He doesn't reply. He just focuses his crossbow on you.
How many of them are left?
There's at least 40, and there are more coming.
40?
Yeah, well, they multiplied.
I will.
I got 30 to 40. The low number was the number of Nick's men that were on the shore.
Jeez.
The 30 or 40 was how many were in the forest.
Mm.
Now, interesting enough, where would Zephyr be at this point?
I guess perched in a tree because I didn't.
Right.
Did you
Then
mention things?
you will most definitely know that there are plenty more soldiers on the way.
I'll raise my hands, but as I do, I'll flick my wrist and dismiss Vero.
They look a little troubled that the dragon randomly disappears,
That's not for them to worry
but
about.
otherwise they're okay with that. They keep their focus on you.
Okay.
Is there like a clearing anywhere, or?
Your boat is going to land sort of... Well, there's a storm sphere's worth of clearing. They're
No,
not
like-
standing in that.
Like, if we didn't head toward the shore.
Oh, I know.
Oh, you want to try and steer the boat away?
Yeah.
Or run.
It's just
You're
saying.
not running in the water, right?
Yeah, on top of it.
Wait. We don't need to run in the water. We can run on it.
Yeah.
Do we still? How many of us still have the Zephyr horseshoes?
I think let Kai finish Kai's
I
idea.
also
Sorry.
have water
We'll
walk.
just give all of you water walking, I think, is the idea.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, give
We
us a
run
water
away
walk,
down the
and then we
water.
just run away.
Well, before we do,
Well, right, it takes
to
time, yeah.
distract them, I think it's me and Karina who have this. The decks of illusions. We could throw
Oh no,
something out.
I have
to...
one too.
Then we could
my
throw something out to
God.
distract them while we run away.
Yes!
If
I
you
wanna
appear
do
in
that
any
too.
way to not be cooperating, they will start firing, by the way.
Aren't we under the canvas?
No.
No.
The canvas was cast off when they started alighting all the pilgrims.
Oh,
Right.
I
We've
guess
just
you're
been
right.
stood there.
They
like
didn't
plebs.
just sort of go through the canvas onto the boat. Sorry.
I have an invisible mage hand. Can that reach into my pocket and grab a card from the
Yeah,
deck of
100%.
illusions?
Cool.
100%. But during this time, they all sort of like hands up, name of the prince, crossbows trained.
Okay.
That's not what I
thing?
wanted to roll. No, that's not what I wanted to roll. What do I roll?
Jay, are you going to try and... Sorry, Kai, are you going to try and cast Water Walking? Then give me a sleight of hand check, please. It does have somatic components, right?
Well, I was
Assuming you're
gonna
trying
throw
ritual
these.
cast this. You're trying to cast it.
Yeah.
I was gonna throw the card to distract from Kai's.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm
spellcasting.
going to give disadvantage to their perception checks.
Okay. Fantastic. I guess I'll just roll a 1d34.
Yeah, but... How do you roll a 1d...
How do you roll what?
A 1d34?
You just write /roll 1d34.
/roll... All one word?
/roll
Space.
space 1d34.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go
30,
Ooh.
which is...
And normally, Josh, you would roll a d20, a d10, and a d4.
Oh. Wow.
How do you get one then?
You
yeah!
don't. Yeah, sadly.
Okay, wait.
Does anyone know what their animals are?
Hold on. A troll.
An ogre!
Oh, they're buddies.
Okay. A troll and an ogre charge across the water.
Fuck yeah.
No,
they
I
do.
would have, if we were close enough to the shore, I would have thrown the
You
card
aren't.
on the land.
You aren't.
Oh.
You're currently
Yeah.
rolling in very slowly. They're sort of like 50 foot away from you, 40 foot away from you, shouting
Oh.
distance. Put your hands up.
Oh, man.
We're going to shoot you.
Is there not a breeze that can carry the card?
My invisible mage hand can go 30 feet.
Sure, you can try and get this, but it is obvious that they land sort of at the water and then
It's
move
okay.
across.
The
Okay.
point is we're doing all this bullshit to distract from Kai.
Yeah,
So how
Yeah.
does
with
that
an
roll?
18, you do feel the effects of water walking on you all.
Oh, let's
And
run
then
away.
one of the soldiers said, I said put your hands up!
Did they care about the
Fine.
troll? The ogre?
A few of them seem worried. A few of them take the same sort of attitude towards it they took towards the storm sphere and just sort of move slightly to the side of where it's coming towards them.
Okay, well, it's gonna go
One of
after
them has
this starts
booked it and
swinging.
ran into the forest. He's terrified. He was attacked by a dragon, and now there's a troll and an ogre coming towards him. He's shot himself. But the rest are kind
Yeah,
of...
damn right.
Yeah, they look like... They're pretty determined to do their job.
Okay. But we felt Kai cast.
I mean, typically...
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
You know you're
Yeah.
under the effects of water walking.
So,
Let's run.
are the illusions like... Do they act like the creatures would?
I believe so.
It's
I don't
supposed
know.
to, so
I'm
I
not
guess
the
it
one with
would.
I mean,
would-
it says they do, but you said they just stand there.
No,
Like
I didn't.
the
I said they left
soldiers
like
just
into
stand
the water.
there.
Oh, the soldiers sort of moved to the side of where they're
that
charging,
they-
and that one guy like booked it as the.
Sure.
Yeah, but I mean, like they look. There's a little bit of chaos going on in their ranks, but there's a lot of them, and they're in a long line, right?
I see.
A few of them
Okay.
fire at the ogre or the troll.
I can probably distract a fair amount if we want to jump off the back of this boat and use it as cover.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always raise my shield so everyone else can get behind me.
Let's go.
Okay, you
I'll
leap off the
cast
boat.
one of the storms.
Run away.
I'll cast one of the storm sphere lightning bolts behind them.
Ooh,
At
I
that
love
point,
that.
there's sort of the crack. Like a few of them sort of jump out the way, and some of them are completely just like obliterated.
It's not to hit them.
Ooh.
It's just to go behind them.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. One of the guys who was running away can be obliterated instead, because it has to be thrown towards a creature. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So some poor dude just copped it. But yeah, they sort of begin to shy back a little bit, and then you hear the voice of sort of a commanding man. Stand your ground! Don't fear their magics. Where are they gone?
Karina, do you have any magics that would have read their mind to find out what prince it was?
I can make all but one of us invisible. Does anybody want to do something about the other one person?
I can make myself.
I can make myself
invisible.
invisible.
Just before you guys do any of that, it might be worth making a perception check on Kai and Winona, I think, probably, are the two who are most likely to recognize this voice.
Oh, who is that? Dirty 20. Who is that?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
recognize it to be Burl.
Who's Burl?
Yes. This
Burl
guy.
was the sort of heavy-set bodyguard of Regal.
No wonder I didn't make a perception check. Like, who is this person?
If he's in cahoots with Regal, then I am dipping.
Yeah,
So the plan is invisible and run?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
sounds good.
Across the water.
You hear the sounds of them pursuing, rowing out towards you. And then some arrows fly out of the forest towards them. Arrows lit
Oh my
with flame.
God. What is happening?
You do see that Nick and his smugglers are firing at the soldiers.
Why the fuck did
Oh.
you leave us?
I did
Okay, so maybe we should turn around and go help them out.
What? They ditched us.
Or we can keep running, I don't know.
No, they are definitely using sort of guerrilla tactics, fire and run. They're trying to create chaos. They're not trying to fight them. There's like 12
Right, okay.
smugglers and like 80 armed soldiers.
They keep multiplying.
Yeah, well, you said
Keep
there were, the
multiplying,
there were the 40 on the beach, and then Zephyr saw the second contingent moving through the forest. Right?
Oh,
Oh, I
let's
didn't
get
catch the
that
second
out.
contingent.
Yeah,
Oh, in
yeah.
that case, fuck that, we're going.
As we're running away, I'll resummon Vero, and as we're running, he'll, as he's flying away too, he'll periodically turn around and spit out lightning at them.
Oh, I
I'm
love
showing
that.
you how to stop the fucking music. I'm so confused.
There you go, it stopped.
No, it hasn't.
Oh no, it's back.
It's just still going. It hasn't stopped.
Here's the thing.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's just there.
It's fine.
No, it's not. It's really annoying because I don't want to listen to little peaceful music while you make your grand runaway. It's infuriating.
It's soothing.
Yeah, but it makes us feel like nothing's bad's gonna happen.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Fine.
we're gonna be
Everything's fine.
It's all chill.
It feels like the part of the TV show where we finally get safe and we still get kidnapped.
It's okay. For the next hour, we can't be seen.
There we go.
Wow.
I found it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is that okay if Vero does that?
Sorry, I missed what Vera was doing.
I re-summoned him, and if it's okay, whilst we're running and he's flying away, he'll periodically turn around and spit lightning back out at them.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely fine. You can do that. Yeah, and you are able to make your way away. You are invisible. There isn't much they can do about it.
Nice.
There we go, that'll do. Yeah, but as you make your way away, you do see that the pilgrims are sort of creating chaos and firing. Sorry, not the pilgrims, the smugglers.
I was going to say, wow.
Firing arrows and stuff.
All kind of events.
Yeah, they're obviously quite angry. And as you make your way over to the east, you find yourselves on the shore. You're not really sure exactly where. You know you've crossed the lake. There's no village nearby. Maybe somewhere. I'm just going to put you there, but you're not there exactly because you don't see the river.
Can I use my knowledge of navigating and surviving on the wastes to try to get a sort of bearing of whereabouts we are, sort of oriented and such?
The problem is it's 11:30 at night, right? How's Galthak's
right.
dark vision?
Dark vision. How is his dark vision? He doesn't have dark vision.
Non-existent.
He
I
does
was just gonna
not.
say.
Zephyr does. I'm assuming. Karina?
How does that work for a familiar? I have dark vision.
Yeah, but I think
Then I
the
think
individual
they do.
familiar has dark vision or doesn't, depending on the animal type. But it's an owl, right? Or is it a falcon?
It's a
No,
ball.
falcon.
Yeah, falcons can see in
Yeah,
the
no
dark,
night
right?
vision.
Oh,
really?
they're predators.
Not on D&D Beyond.
Weird.
Oh, my
Okay,
lord.
yeah. So you guys can sort of get your bearings a little bit, and that you know that the river is to your north. You've landed somewhere on the west shore. The river is to the north.
Ooh, are we near that little house?
You don't know. You don't see
And
it.
we don't see it? Okay, right, I see.
You could be anywhere on this western shore.
Do we see where the rowboats with the pilgrims landed?
Yeah, they landed a little way to your north, but they seem to have sort of circled back a little bit to be firing these arrows, right? From the edges of the forest. The forest
They
does
must have
actually
left-
come a little closer, so it comes down to like here.
Well, this group of people can't have gotten that far. They got babies and stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's the question really, is what are you looking for? Are you looking to make your way to the river? Are you looking to make your way to Moon's Eye? Are you looking to make your way through the forest and straight up to Jahab? Or are you looking to find the pilgrims?
I don't know.
It's a good question.
I'm happy to find the river and get to Moon's Eye if possible.
To try and make your way across land on your own. Well, not specifically on your own, but as a group on your own.
Yeah, I mean, right now we're still invisible, right? So
Yeah.
we should be able to make a certain way down on our own. That's if we're down with just leaving the pilgrims to do their guerrilla tactics thing.
It's up to you guys. You can head to the pilgrims, you can head to the river, you can try and cross the country towards Moon's Eye, or even straight to Jaham.
I have a question. Hadn't we just seen Burl outside of Regal's room in the inn?
But we do know that his brother was teleporting, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got some kind
No,
of
his
magic.
brother disappeared.
Oh, I assumed it was a teleport,
You
but I
don't
guess it.
necessarily know that it's a teleport.
But we can think that.
Sure, but you've only ever seen people teleport 30 feet before.
We don't know what people like.
They got incredibly
paladins and
powerful
stuff.
illusion magic
Yeah.
over their whole house.
They do have
Literally.
that. Yeah, 4th level
And all those
spells.
poisons.
I'm very sus of them. And snakes in the drawers, these people have too much. going
They'll
on.
go to any length.
Ugh, so what do we
I-
want to do, guys?
I think maybe we should try and find shelter until the morning.
I can make shelter anywhere. I am concerned about the people that we left behind. Or that left us behind, anyway.
I'm
Oh.
sure
They
they're
did give us an
fine.
opportunity to escape.
All right, what do you think, Kai? Should we go be heroes? It seems like we're kind of split on helping these people or not. I'd like to hear what you think.
To be fair, I'm not sure how to, but
We
I'd
could
like to try
find
anyway.
them, and I feel like traveling with them, they would be safer. I don't know if we would be safer necessarily.
We'd definitely be slower.
Slower, exactly.
We don't need the speed all that badly right now, though, do we? I mean, we'll still be getting there before the others, so
Yeah, I mean, we just got openly attacked by, I guess not that openly, but by Regals. Big group of Regals men, so I feel like things are popping off at this wedding, personally. I'm concerned about this.
want to get there even sooner.
Yes. But if we want to go
Oh.
try and help those people, I am not opposed to that. I mean, we know they were kind of north of us. Can we just kind of go north and see if we run into
Sure,
them
to
on
run
the
to
way?
where the arrows are being shot from, you can.
Ugh.
Circle around a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on our way to the river, anyways.
Kai?
Yeah.
Well, either way, I'm with you guys because I can't see very much out here in terms of where everything's coming from.
Galpac.
Unfortunately, I can navigate by the stars for sure, but
Not in this way. you
Yeah.
can't see
Oh.
the
oh, is it too cloudy?
There's a storm.
Oh, right, storm. Yeah, okay, never mind. No, I can't then.
Alright,
I'm
just
buggered
hold-
then.
hold my
I'm
hand,
following you
Galpac.
guys.
So the plan is to loop around and meet up with the pilgrims?
I want to know what Kai thinks.
Have I not said what I thought?
No, you've not said anything.
I can't.
Or if you did, I certainly didn't hear it as well.
Yeah.
I've agreed with the plan. I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's good.
Like, I must
Circle
have missed
around?
it.
Yeah.
Let's do this then.
Okay. You make your way around, and you see that the pilgrims are being led off to safety, whilst the smugglers are firing at the soldiers.
Who's leading them to safety? Some of
Some
Nick's
of
men?
the, yeah, a couple of next men.
Oh, great. Which way is safety?
The opposite way to the soldiers.
Okay.
North. That's right.
Yeah. Well,
We could
Looks
just
like
turn
things are-
northwest.
yeah.
What's the plan? You following the pilgrims? You following the smugglers? Are you just gonna make your own way? Like, you've looped round to them. Are you making yourselves known? Who are you making yourselves known to? I need some details, please.
I mean, we were clearly ratted out, right? That's how I'm interpreting
It seemed
this.
that way.
So,
Somewhat you ratted out, you know. It may be that they just didn't want to take the risk of carrying you along. You don't really know much. But sure as hell Nick didn't try and save you.
yeah, I was gonna say if you guys care enough to find out why Nick did that, personally, I think he's just a dick, and I would rather keep
Opportunistic,
going.
Probably right.
Exactly.
Although
You
we are
know-
invisible and he does have a bag of gold at his hip, just saying.
We could get our money back. Ooh, now you're talking.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't want to defend him, but in Nick's defense, he didn't have any relationship with us. There was no reason to help us.
Is the cart with the pilgrim?
Yeah, where's Kettle and her cart?
Yeah, let's
That's a great
rob
question.
Kettle.
Kettle and her cart are making their way across with the pilgrims.
Okay.
Okay, my actual opinion is that we've seen the pilgrims. I feel like they're in good hands, and I'm okay if we just turn northwest and go.
I think we should just go too. But I do
Me
think we
too.
should rest until morning.
Winona doesn't want to try and steal that money back.
Oh, I mean,
We're
if Nick
right.
is in sight, but I thought he was off in the fight, and I don't want to.
You can
really
see
go
them
that close.
firing their arrows and backing up and firing their arrows and backing up, right?
Got it.
They're a good 120 feet away from the soldiers. They're just firing bows with firelit arrows.
All right, I will catch up with you guys, and I'll go steal our money back.
Yay.
You know what? Yeah, that's the least. I didn't realize Nick was that close, but
You
yeah.
can go ahead and with an invisible mage hand while he's firing a bow. It's not even difficult. You just lift his pouch.
Yeah.
You may add 8,000 gold. to your
Whoa.
account.
Whoa.
The 3,000 is in jewels.
Ooh.
Perfectly
Okay.
cut diamonds.
Whoa. You might need this to revivify. Psych. I don't think any of us can learn that.
They
Exciting.
can, but not yet.
So that's 600 extra for everyone?
Yes. You have divided 3,000 by 5. That is correct.
Thank you.
Assuming
It
that
was
everybody had
rough.
1,000 gold to give in the first place. But yes, they don't. So you can just add the 600 anyway. That's fine.
Yeah.
But more importantly, are you deciding not to get involved with the smugglers or the pilgrims and instead just head northwest?
I think so.
I don't think so. We
Um,
have it under control. It
You
seems
get
like.
a fair way into the forest before you, I'm assuming, make shelter and wait for the morning. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
So you take shelter, assuming that you're using tiny hut for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You wait for the morning, you see the sunrise, and you find that you are approximately... Nope, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to measure it. You're approximately there.
Oh.
You
This is
can
gonna
see
take forever.
Moon's Eye in the distance.
Oh, good.
But assumedly, that's where the soldiers came from.
Do we
It's
even have
alright.
reason to go there when we could just keep riding?
That's fair. Do we have any reason to go there?
Maybe to get a couple of rings of warmth. before
We're
we
not
head
given
into
a
the
reason to go there.
Yeah,
Ooh.
we should
Interesting
probably
phrasing.
not bother.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
So-
right. Let's skip it.
You would like to try and ride 129 miles to the northwest. And at some point
with no
cross the
rings
river.
of warmth.
At some point cross the river. Yeah?
Ugh. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's
Ford
absolutely
the
fine.
river.
Go ahead and give me a survival check. Galvin.
Let's go, Galthak. As long as it's
23.
not dark out.
23.
Yeah.
Yeah, Galthak is able to lead you pretty well. But whatever happens, you're never going to compete with the pace of a boat. Right? You have to be aware of that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we could have got a boat.
How fast does
Ah,
a boat
shit.
travel?
A lot faster than a horse.
I don't have a horse.
And 24 hours a day instead of during traveling hours, right?
My dragon doesn't get tired.
But yes, of course it does. But eventually you're able to sort of get up towards where the mountains begin.
All right.
And
Oh,
at that
Lord.
point, you have definitely escaped with pilgrims and whatnot, so you can probably chill out with the aggressive tension music. Yeah, you begin to make your way further up into the mountains.
Nice.
It's cold
These
and
mountains
it's
make you
difficult
feel
terrain.
more at home, Galthak?
Yeah, this is a little closer to it. It's not quite home yet.
Yeah,
But it's
I've
not
donned
that far.
my cold weather clothing.
I certainly don't need it.
I know,
You might
Galthak's
need
still
it, though.
shirtless.
I do believe
Um,
our horseshoes avoid difficult terrain, just...
Yeah, I didn't mean literally difficult terrain. I just mean like it's difficult
Gotcha.
journeying. Yes.
when the last long rest we would have taken before getting to the ice, I will change Vero
Oh.
into a blue cold dragon, so that I have cold resistance.
Nice.
Those blue cold
so-
dragons that you're inventing. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, blue's lightning.
They're white.
White.
White or silver.
Yes. So he still looks the same, but his body is mostly like this slightly off-white, and then his horns and claws are the purest of whites.
Ooh.
Looking pretty cool, pretty bold.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're able to enter up into the mountains, but at some point you're going to have to ford this river. You're in the wilderness. There are no bridges here. Do you want to cross the river when you get to Jahab? Or do you want to approach it from not the main road?
If we approach from not the main road, we can scout out a little bit, see what's happening.
But that will mean you need to ford the river.
I mean,
If
if
we-
we can
How-
go over the river.
How far is it?
Easy.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, how
it's,
wide
it's
is it?
not. It's sort of about 70 or 80 feet wide. They are tempestuous waters, and they are should they be hell to navigate across if you couldn't just flit over them. But yeah, you guys are
Probably
pretty
just
chill.
use the Zephyr.
You could do, but you can also between the horseshoes of Zephyr and the water walking.
Mm-hmm. We're
You'll
good.
be able to make your way around. Give me another survival check as you make your way through the mountains.
Let's go, Galthak.
18.
18.
Not quite so familiar with these mountains, but
Yeah, it takes you a while. Oh, damn it, I could do that. Let's do that instead. It takes you a while, but you eventually come out into a clearing about here, and you look south, and you see you are past Jab. But it is down there. And as you look down at it, it's like hundreds of closed tulip blossoms in every color imaginable. The shape of these buildings is, you would have heard in the past, is due to the traditional stretched hide shelters were built by the nomads who first founded the city in preparation for the wedding. Looks like they've been restained. It's dominated by purple and yellow, but every single color of the rainbow is represented. It's displayed against this backdrop of wide and grey mountain. It looks a bit like a sort of patch of crocus has made its way out through the snow. It's quite a stunning. It's quite a stunning sight.
How beautiful. Nice job getting us here, Gothak.
Indeed.
Quietly
as
nod.
You look down at Jaham.
Stoically.
It doesn't really look quite like this, but this is as close as I could get. These are the sort of individual tent-like buildings. You do see that all of the buildings on the outskirts of Jaham are definitely temporary, like tents and teepees and such. Oh, why is there a grid? Stop that. Yeah, but I think that's where we'll take a short break. So we'll be right back. Oh, hello, and welcome back to the second half of Soulforged. Wait, what? Okay, no, never mind. For 1 second there, I thought Michaela had moved, but she hasn't. I just forget that you guys are in different places on the Roll20 overlay to the face cap one. Yeah, so as you come into Jaham, it's a beautiful place. Are you guys heading straight down there, or are you... what's the plan? Really?
I don't see why not.
Okay. As you begin to head all the way down there, where is my music? Cool. You see that almost all the buildings in this way are temporary. There are some permanent structures sort of right at the center, but other than that, buildings just seem to have cropped up here and there and everywhere, really. As you look, you notice that the roads are quite well defined, with stone stairs set into steeper areas. Obviously, as this is built on the edge of a mountain, being the Mountain Kingdom and all. You do see a couple of permanent structures. These tend to be either places to drink, places to eat, or bathhouses or outhouses. Other than that, all of these structures seem to be temporary. They're either tents or sort of semi-permanent structures, which are stretched hides over sort of different bits of either natural or unnatural shelter. And you notice that the whole place seems to be concentric. So you're moving in sort of concentric circles. I'm assuming you guys are headed towards the center of the city. Is that correct?
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever, I guess, looks like the biggest, most important building.
Okay, you're not going to sort of scout out and wait for the wedding procession, whatever. You want to get there ASAP. Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's look around
Okay,
early
cool.
if we can.
So as you move towards the center, you can't miss it from any direction. There is a large building that is sort of right at the center. It's huge, and in fact, it appears to sort of come out of a huge tree trunk. The tree doesn't appear to still be alive, or at least it's not got much in the way of branches on it, and it certainly doesn't have any greenery or growth on it. This huge building has a few smaller buildings made all the way around it. You don't see much in the way of guards. You see people coming and going freely, but it does look like it's the most important building in the city.
What is the vibe of the people here? Are they mostly human, and do they react to us at all?
So as you walk along the streets, people do give you greeting and nod to you and smile. You do see that there are a fair amount of people here who don't look like they belong here. Either because they've come up for the wedding or because they've travelled here from afar. On top of which, you do see lots of the indigenous mountain people. The majority of them are mostly human, I guess is the best way to put it. They are tall, they are humanoids, they tend to be pale of skin and blonde of hair. Yeah, you get the impression that maybe there are a few other races at work here. You do see some pointy ears occasionally. You see some typical pale features of the Kalashtar. But yeah, mostly human or humanoid races. There are some other races here and there, though. You know, it's not exclusive to this. You see a couple of lizard folk pass, a Leonin at one point, 3 Loxodon engaged in loud conversation with each other, pass by one of the more permanent buildings. A couple of halflings appear to be sat at the edge of the street, playing a lute and a lyre. No, they're not. They're playing a lute in the pipe. Sorry, no liar. A lute in the pipe.
So the vibe I'm getting is that, no one's like panicked or like nervous looking like a princess hasn't been
slightest.
assassinated or anything like that.
And not only that, but they don't blink at you guys at all.
Yeah, there's a lot of out-of-towners, it seems like. Okay. Good. We're not too conspicuous.
Yeah. What's the plan? I'm just gonna go straight in.
Yeah, why not if there's no guards?
Okay. You are, as you go in, you are approached by a woman. Can I show you this without showing you this? I guess I could cut this and put it in there. There you go. She looks like this. She's not currently holding a book, but she's quite well dressed. She's got a sort of cloth of gold cloak on, and she's dressed in furs. She appears to be in her early 50s. And as she sees you, she says, "Oh, hi there. Have you just arrived?
Yes, we have.
Traveled here by foot?"
Did we? No, we were on phantom steeds. But I don't know.
That is the definition of on foot.
Okay, yeah, I don't know if it's worth getting into that with her.
You didn't come on boat, is what she's getting at.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Crossing the country is difficult for non-Chiada.
What is that word she said?
Chiada. This is the name of the mountain folk. They are the Chiada.
Okay.
Have you come to visit Sacrifice and ask of his wisdom?
Is this the thing that Kettle was talking about? Or am I
No.
crazy? Okay.
No, that's a white prophet or a catalyst. Sacrifice is neither of those things.
Does that ring bells to anyone? I don't
Give me
think
a
so.
history check on Karina. If it's unlikely, but I don't know. You've got some silly history score, so you might stand a chance.
Huzzah.
I'm not
Nope, I
proficient
don't
in
stand a
it, so it's
chance.
only a 26.
Only a 26?
It's a natural 20.
Oh,
it is a
Karina
nat 20?
knows.
Okay, with a
She
nat 20,
knows.
I will say that you have once read of reference of the kings or queens of the Mountain Kingdom being known as Sacrifice.
Oh, wow, that's weird.
Do you look a little confused at this point, I guess? She'll look at you and... you haven't heard the term?
No. We're from out of town.
It is the Chiada belief that it is the duty of the ruler to give all they can in terms of time and energy to their people. And that way they are sacrificed to their people. They give their lives to the people around them. It is a giving community. We don't have servants or
Wow.
anything. The people are the servants. In fact, the only servants really in the city of Jaham are those of the royal family. So, you must have travelled a long way. Do you wish to visit, as you would say, the king in your tongue?
Yes. Wait. Should we go to the king?
Something troubles you. My name's Jean-Quick, by the way. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Hello. Winona. I will shake her
Jean-Quick.
hand.
No, not Winona.
Oh, sorry. I'm Winona.
I can resist. That was James, not her.
Okay.
What's the spelling of her name?
Yes, that is how you spell her name, Jean-Quick.
What is? Oh, it came up
on the
screen.
little.
I have
Sorry.
Discord over my left monitor. So I
Okay,
didn't-
yes, Jean-Quick. Her name is spelled like Jean-Quick, like that.
Right.
Yes, I don't know what else to tell you. Yeah, and she sort of looks over you and you have trouble. You seem unsure of yourselves.
It's been a long journey, and we have a lot to think about.
Might I be of assistance? Would you perhaps like to take a stroll in the gardens? We might speak.
Oh. She approached us while we were about to enter this place. Like she
Yeah.
stopped us from going in, or is she
I would
like
say,
she works here?
She looks like she belongs. That's all I can give you.
Okay.
Hmm.
You can ask her any question you like, but the only impression you get is that she knows what goes on in that big tent thing, and she has come to greet you as new visitors.
Well, that seems
Right.
polite.
So, would you like to visit the king immediately, or perhaps we might take a stroll and discuss troubles? There are some beautiful gardens up in Jam. They're worth seeing.
Oh, I feel like we should talk to the king first, but I would like to see those gardens also.
Straight to the king it is. Come, I'm sure you'll like my brother.
Oh my
And
gosh.
she leads you in. At this point, you can have some information on her, because I don't know where and how you'll find this. Maybe not, actually. No, we won't give you that quite yet. But she is definitely the sister of the king. She has told you that.
Okay.
And she leads you through, and you see a gentleman. He sits on a sort of low stool, I guess is the best way of putting it. He does have a rather audacious crown on, but other than that, he is dressed completely plainly. There is some information there that you perhaps wouldn't have at this point, but it's just for now. That's what he looks like. And sitting at his side is, I'm really sorry, but finding art on the internet of men that isn't completely handsome is really hard.
Oh, wow, Brad Pitt.
I don't think he quite looks like that, but fuck it.
Hi.
Is a gentleman who looks to be the prince. He sits at the king's side. And as you enter, he sort of looks you over once and then looks you over again. And then he stands up and, I know you! I know you. Chivalry's spoken of you. You rescued the Princess Grace, right? No one else can be that big, right? And he sort of smiles at Galthak, and then he looks down at Luca and,
Well.
I've heard descriptions of you, all of you. And then points at each of you in turn. Ruris, such a joy, such a pleasure to meet you. My father, the king, or sacrifice, Aod. The gentleman who sat there sort of nods in his head and welcome to Jamp. I thought you'd be arriving with Prince Verity.
Okay, I'm sorry. Who is this guy speaking to us excitedly? Is
Ruris.
it the older guy?
He's the prince.
Okay, it is the prince. Okay.
Winona blushes.
No, Winona is looking at this MILF actually, but no, I'm trying to think of how to phrase this to not freak everyone out.
Are any of you dead? Dying on the way? You do see that the prince walks with a slight limp. And he's not quite... I mean, this picture makes him look very handsome, but he does look a little older than his years. You know that he took an arrow wound that nearly killed him.
To the knee?
No, to the lung. You know he took an arrow wound to the lung long ago, because you read about it in those papers of Regals and Gables.
We did! Yes! They were trying to...
Exacerbate the wound to make it worse, or cure it to make it better. You weren't really sure. So,
should we even
you've arrived
mention that to
before
them?
the prince. What's happened?
We wanted to get a head start and maybe get some information on your security.
Exactly that.
The king sort of smiles, and we're not big on security here. Everyone is welcome in Japan.
That's the problem.
You're expecting a problem?
Yes.
It's a big... It's a large celebration, lots of people, and some might want to stop it.
Of course. But everyone here who serves is a brother, a sister, an auntie, and uncle. A close friend, a relative. Everyone's related to somebody here in the Mountain Kingdom. My people are unbribable and unswayable.
Damn. This place sounds awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I gotta say.
there's little to fear. Also, unlike the Arvenians, every man, boy, child, woman is trained to fight.
Everyone
Might only
is...
number a few thousands, but every single one of them has a weapon to call their own and a skill with it. We fear little here. Besides, we have already been warned of a poisoner.
Oh.
Oh,
We
who, Just
Your Prince
wondering
Regal was kind enough to inform us that there was a plot against my son here. Whereas the Lady Time, I believe, is to be the poisoner.
Okay.
We've seen that she will be waylaid.
Who is that lady?
The Lady Time
name?
is the disguise in which you discretion was.
Oh my god. Oh, they delayed them.
Well, just Lady Time. Besides, I'm sure it won't be any problem.
That's interesting.
It would be very difficult to poison anyone here. My sister here, Jean-Qui, she's a master herbalist and quite skilled with many different herbs. It was her that pushed the arrow through my son's lung. Saved him.
You don't say.
Jeez.
That's amazing.
She now has some information in her panel, which I was
Oh,
hiding
good.
from you up until that moment.
I wanna read it.
And at this moment, a slightly younger woman walks in. She's tall, almost 6 foot in height, and she wears sort of a strapping leather jerkin. And she's holding a dead rabbit that she appears to have just struck in battle. And she sort of nods, Father, I've made a great visitors. Oh, I am sorry. How rude of me. Hi, I Gatrican. You are... Horisk sort of turns and introduces you all by name. You can tell he's a little bit of a fanboy.
Yeah, he loves us.
He does. Oh, well, that's lovely. Don't you work for the Lady Time? I heard she was coming to poison my brother.
Would it be known that we were personally working for her?
You get the impression that this is not we work for Lady Time, this is a we work for discretion. Sort of.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like Regal told them that. Okay.
But I'm sure you'll be very welcome in the Mountain Kingdom.
This is the princess getting married, right?
It is indeed the princess getting married.
Dang! Who's her husband, Verity?
Yeah.
He's lucky, is what Winona's thinking. Why was
she's
he
a little
bitching and
plainer than this
moaning?
picture. As I said, you can't find pictures of people on the internet that are done with art that aren't beautiful.
Of
Unless
course.
they're like orcs. So she's quite.
Yeah,
she's actually
well.
a little plain of face. She's very tall, very strapping, very muscular. She's dressed in
Heck
leather
yeah.
armor. She has a bow at her hip, and as I say, she's holding a dead rabbit.
Dang.
Are you
Well-
ready to poison my brother?
No.
Excellent.
Absolutely
Then we should
not.
take a stroll together. Perhaps you might join Jean-Qui and I for a walk through the gardens later.
I would love to.
Lovely.
Guys, we have to.
Well, I should get changed. I'm sorry. Coney stew?
What now?
What did she say?
She offered you Coney stew, which is rabbit stew. She's holding a dead rabbit.
Oh. Oh. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
we
sounds
would love
brilliant.
that.
Lovely. I'll be about an hour. Make yourselves at home, and then we'll go for a walk.
Fantastic. Do they prefer to be referred to as sacrifice, or should I call it
It would only
princess?
be king. It would only be king. You know, who's sacrifice.
Okay.
We all wait with bated breath while Jamel unpacks this in text.
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh, only to make a stupid joke. Okay, right, fine. Back to the point. Lady Time, yes, the poisoner. Anyway, yeah, she sort of heads off for an hour, and it's not, nobody says anything, but it's made quite obvious that unless you have anything else to say, you should probably wait outside the royal palace.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Well,
Nobody sort of
make
makes you
yourself
go, but like, she was like, no, she's gone to make herself more respectable. And get
I mean,
clean.
she said, "Make
Just
yourself at home." I
Yeah,
think.
she did, like in Jaham. But if you want to, interpret that
Oh.
as in the palace, then you may. They will sort of stare awkwardly at you and make no small talk whatsoever.
Hmm.
We should
You know-
find somewhere to
Yeah.
converse about this new.
I'll follow everyone's lead.
the new
I feel like
discoveries.
Winona's awkward enough to stand there and think. But no, I'll follow you guys. Let's go.
As you head out, there is a strange man outside who's cavorting about. He's wearing a black and white jester's suit with a black and white jester's hat, and he holds a little stick with a scepter of a rat. A scepter with a rat on top that he's sort of waving about in people's faces. And as he sees you come out, he yes, wonderful adventurers, fair people, fair saviors of the land, I believe. Might I have a word with you? And he sort of waves his rat at you. Come, the walls all have ears round here. Faces and eyes as well. Let's walk.
Okay.
And he leads you a little way around the corner, and he turns to you, and he waves his rat right in your face, Winona.
Ugh.
It's not
I
real.
step back.
Sorry. And he says, I just wanted to warn you, itsy bitsy little adventurers. Don't eat anything you didn't make yourself.
Oh?
What have you heard?
Many things. Seen things, heard things, thought things, felt things. But I just thought you'd like to know. Don't eat anything you didn't make yourself. No, unless you don't particularly wish to live, of course. At which point, eat anything you like.
So,
Just a warning.
He is a poisoner.
From me to you.
Appreciate it. What was your name? Good clown? Is he dressed like a clown?
A little bit like a jester.
Okay.
No, you can call me the Fool. He
Okay.
smiles and bows his head.
Mr. the
Done
Fool.
and done.
And he begins to cavort away.
Well, that was
Well, that
weird,
was
right?
ominous.
Yep. Thank you.
Was.
Oh boy. So, we're somewhere private now, right? We can discuss as a group,
Yeah.
maybe. Let's just.
You've got about half an hour before you're due to go for a walk with Jean-Qui
Oh,
and
good.
Ketrigan through the gardens.
Winona's very excited. But
Should we
seriously.
go called ahead? Lie
And-
about lady
Mhm.
time.
So he's really got a real poisoner somewhere.
Hmm.
Or something
If he-
else entirely.
If he has all these men on the bank ready to shoot us, he's got people over here. Oh, frick. So what do we do about this? They've been warned about a false plot.
I say we attend the wedding.
Just
We party, we have cake, we give gifts, and then we leave. Let's go home.
I
like that, but it seems
Too easy.
counterproductive. Okay. I think it's should we just keep our eyes peeled? We got a creepy clown warning us. Oh yeah, the fool. I wanted to write his name.
yeah, I really have no idea what's going on now. I really don't.
Okay. Let's just go for a walk with these lovely ladies.
Okay. You wait a little while, and Ketrigan and Jean-Qui join you. They are dressed fairly plainly, and they offer you to walk in the herb gardens.
Ooh.
They take you down there and show you various beautiful gardens. There are there's a large section of herbs which Jean-Qui runs a hand over, and as she does, incredible smell comes up and reaches your nose. It's amazing. It smells like a fresh summer's day. Ketrigan picks a little yellow flower, and she offers it to Winona and to Karina.
Thank you.
Hold if you like. And
Bless
she tells you about how she grew up here, and she used to come down to the gardens and pick these little daisies and make little chains out of them for necklaces and stuff like that. And then she reaches down to a different sort of area, and she says, "These are my favorite. They're beautiful. Sugar snaps." And she reaches out and she takes one and she eats it, and she offers a few to you. If you wish to try them, they're very sweet
I will
and they taste beautiful.
Grab them.
No, Winona, we didn't cook them.
No.
But she could also eat one.
I didn't
but
say I would eat one.
So?
Yeah.
She could have swallowed the
Fine.
antidote not 5 seconds ago.
And poison the
Spent
earth.
years building up an immunity to iocane powder.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough. You don't need to try them now, I suppose.
I
And she
feel
sort of
awkward now.
smiles, and then she reaches up towards an apple tree, and perhaps an apple instead, and she chucks you an apple from the tree. It's an apple tree. You have seen apples before. If she's managed to poison them in the tree, she is really talented.
You know what? The evil witch did somehow, so I don't put it past her.
But she sort of tosses you one each, and just right, beautiful this time of year. And Jonqui sort of shows you some of the healing herbs they have. Wild sage root growing in piles, some milk thistle, various other. We can recap in a minute, Jamel. Don't worry for now. Because it's very distracting for me to see text while I'm trying to talk to you guys. Right.
sure, yeah.
So anyway, Jonqui will show you some of the healing herbs, and she will show you a couple that are antidotes to poisons, a couple that are for closing wounds, a couple that are sort of healing potions. And after a little while, they will Katrikan sort of shyly looks up at you. Have you met the prince, Verity?
We have.
Several times.
What's he like?
Dedicated.
He is lovely.
Good man.
Just like the
Yes.
ideals of your nation, he is really sacrificing all for his people.
Regal says he's old before his time, but he spends a lot of time alone, and he can be aged and weary because of it. Is that true?
I mean, yeah.
He's had a lot put on his shoulders.
But there's lives on the line, you understand.
And that makes him ill?
Do they not know?
He struggles with stress then? Or he's anxious? Or he's a nervous man?
I wouldn't say
Or just
that.
sickly?
Okay, do they not know that he has, like, psychic powers?
No, I want to be clear. Not only that, but you get the impression that either Regal doesn't know or hasn't told them. One of the two.
Ooh, I figured Regal was keeping it from them intentionally, just to make him sound worse.
He bears a great burden, and it takes a heavy toll on him.
But he's a kind man.
Oh, yes.
Not greedy? Ambitious?
No, not at all.
Oh,
I don't believe so.
okay.
Pretty
Is
much
this what
the
Regal has
opposite of
told you?
Regal.
Well, not in so many words. He doesn't speak disparagingly of his brother, of course. But it's the impression I've got over the talks we've had. That he's a man old before his time, sickly, jealous of the power that he has. You know, he doesn't paint the best of pictures when he talks about him. But you speak him fair. And you're not what I thought you would be either. When Regal said you were working for Lady Time, he described you as skull breakers in the employ of the Crown. I thought that perhaps you would try forcefully what Lady Time had tried only with poison. I confess that, well, she looks at the size of Galthak and sort of, whilst you might be proficient as skull breakers, you seem to have a little more about you than I thought.
Oh no.
At this point, Jonqui sort of takes her hand and sort of pulls it down as if to say, like, don't say everything at once.
Dang, they thought we were gonna just come in here and bash their brains in front of everyone.
Maybe.
We're a little more subtle than that, I'd hope.
Far be it from me to
Go on.
say that anything the royal family states is not completely correct. However, we did work for Lady Time, and while she was a bit of a nasty old biddy, I don't see her poisoning anybody.
Oh, but
Least of all you.
she's really a man, right? You say she, but it's just a disguise, right?
Hold on. What?
I think Jamel's so confused.
Okay, Jamal, I don't know how much you've missed.
Galthak is going, what?
But you've met
that
Lady
Galthak or
Time be a
Jamel?
man, right? You've seen Lady Time be discretion. Oh no, you haven't.
No,
You haven't, have you?
exactly.
No, okay, yeah, we didn't tell
Exactly.
Galthak. We decided not to tell
nobody
Galthak.
told him.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, did we really?
Yeah, you guys
So
said it before
funny.
it. Not to tell Galthak. Well, I guess
So,
at least
hang on,
one
hang
of
on,
you.
hang
So you don't work for Lady Time?
Oh,
Or you do?
what exactly?
We
We-
have
say?
worked with in the past.
I guess
When
it would be fair to
interests
say
have
we were
aligned.
Were
escorting them.
Escorting, that's a good word. Yeah, we were part of the royal caravan, and
Certainly not working for them in a sense of what you'd think. No, we
no,
Didn't.
Galthak just made her some breakfast.
I see.
or rather attempted to.
Galthak, it was lovely. She was just unkind.
A piece of work.
I see. Well, perhaps I have judged a little too quickly. At this point, sort of moving over relatively quickly, looking like he's trying to run, but not quite able, is Rurisk. And he comes over and he sees the leaves in your hands. 3 leaves of each. And he sort of dashes them from your hands.
Oh, me?
Don't eat, no, all of you. He's like, don't eat those! What have you done? He looks at his sister and she sort of... They didn't partake in the sugar snaps. He looks at you all and they're not sugar snaps. I should have known you'd do something impetuous? Wow. Impulsive like this? Forgive my sister. She can be rash and try and take matters into her own hands occasionally.
Oh my god. Did we just get nearly assassinated?
She tried to feed you pure poison, yeah. She also ate it herself.
I knew it.
Told ya.
Inconceivable!
I
So
took
they-
them, and I
they
swear
were-
to God, Winona was about to eat one because she wanted to impress this girl.
So-
So they really didn't trust us, huh?
Oh,
He looks at you all and, please,
Luckily, I resist.
come back to the
poison.
palace and let's
Time to quickly change Vero again.
join
I
each
think we
other
need
for
to have a
talk.
proper conversation.
Please, yes, we need to get things out in the open.
Without
Yeah,
being
I
more
think we-
impulsive by relatives. And he
I'm
looks
looking at,
Jean-Pierre and he's like,
Her too.
I thought better of you.
She was in on it too.
And she turns back and she's like, the princess had her own ideas. I had mine too. And with that, she produces a sort of sprig in her hand of green leaves that she then hands one to Katrikan and takes it. And the prince sort of nods and turns to you all and that is the antidote to crime.
Oh my god, they were both
Alas,
in
you
on
seem
it.
to have walked into intrigue and none of us know the wood from the trees. Why don't we have a straight conversation?
That would
Yeah.
definitely be welcome right about now.
Please.
And the prince sort of leads you to a chamber within the palace, where he sort of sits himself down at the desk, and he puts a glass out on the table, and he's, I'm supposing you don't want me to pour you a drink, and he pours himself a brandy from the bottle that he opens. But and he takes a mouthful. You may, if you wish, or drink your own if you want. So,
I think I will.
you
It's a chance to try to poison us twice.
you
But
came
that
ahead.
would be so funny.
You came ahead, is that correct?
That's
Indeed.
correct,
Yes.
yes.
You did so
Because of this plot.
to warn us of the Lady Time, who's not
No.
the Lady Time, but instead a man. No.
The Lady Time is a disguise for a man who is a high-ranking, well, not so much ranking, but a spy, whose
Poison.
only concern is
an
the
assassin.
protection of the crown.
So it is true that he has masqueraded as this Lady Time to poison nobles within your
Not
lands
in the
that have
slightest.
caused trouble.
No.
You think that's probably quite true.
Oh.
Discretion probably has got rid of some
Then
inconveniences
yes.
in the past. You know,
More than
it's
likely, sure.
you know he's as much an assassin as he is.
Yeah, he's
a
actually a
spy,
shady
yeah.
guy.
He's
I
a
won't lie
very
to you.
shady dude.
I won't lie to you. But
There was never a plot against your sister or anybody in your family from the Lady Time.
I see. So, your prince, Regal, he tells
Oh my God.
falsehoods?
I wouldn't consider him my prince.
Understandable.
And that sounds suspiciously like him, I believe.
Forgive me a
I
moment. I feel a little funny.
I would.
Funny,
God
funny,
damn
ha,
it!
ha.
And he sort of looks a little... No, not funny, ha-ha, Joshua. Fuck's sake. And
Is it
he
being
sort of
poisoned?
quivers for a moment, and his hand sort of trembles, and then he coughs, and blood comes out all over the table.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Yeah.
Hi.
I knew it.
What a mess.
Hold on. Hello, what is the herbalist woman? John Queen, what's she doing?
She's
Do
not
you
there.
see this?
It's just him and
What?
you guys.
I thought she came with us. Oh
No, no, no.
fuck.
He
Oh,
said
well,
without
yeah,
the
yeah,
impulsive
sure,
members
right
of his
now.
family, right?
Oh no!
I will
Oh,
cast sending.
I would like to
Okay.
find her.
Jean-Qui,
Okay.
you need to get here now.
Poison.
Yeah.
Who's the... Okay. She sort of vaguely recognizes your voice, and she doesn't know where here is. She hasn't got a clue. She can't send that back in a message.
I thought that we were told where we
Waters.
were going. I thought that she was told where we were going.
Not necessarily, but she knows you must be within the palace, because Royce took you there, right?
It's not a gigantic building.
So, yeah. Sort of after a few moments, with sending happening, what are you guys doing in the situation? Well,
I'm gonna,
Checking this.
Yeah,
sorry, go,
I'm
Kai.
gonna
Go
rush.
ahead, Kai.
I'm going to rush up and just. Does it seem like something I recognize, or?
Give me a medicine check.
It's
Oh my lord.
16.
It doesn't appear like the effects of a poison that you can think of, or that you know. But what seems to be happening is he's coughing blood, right? He seems to have perhaps reopened the wound in his lungs.
Yeah, it was something intended to mess with that wound. I'm trying to remember what the note said exactly.
Okay.
Maybe he's just ill.
We know he had like a chest wound.
He did. He had an arrow pushed all the way through. Do you? I mean, I'm assuming you pull back his shirt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And as you do so, you will see the scar of the entry wound, and indeed one on his back of the exit wound of the arrow. Once again, he sort of coughs up blood, and you see he's gasping for breath.
Yes.
And it's just like a scar. It isn't like open or.
No, it's not open. The wound is probably internal that is causing the bleeding. He's coughing up blood.
Internal. Oh, fuck.
He clutches at the table and then sort of begins to fall backwards. I'm sure Galthak will assist him in sitting down on. The chair
absolutely.
As opposed to just falling on the floor. Do you want him on the chair or do you want him lying on the floor?
Oh god.
Laying down.
Kai, not Galthak. Kai. Do you want him sitting down or lying on the floor?
Laying down.
Okay, so you can assist him, Galthak, in getting down to lying on the floor, and I'm sure you put something behind his head.
Yeah.
And Jonqui sort of bursts in. Looks down at him. What have you done?
Oh my god.
We have not done anything.
Help him.
She looks down and she feels at his side and she concentrates for a moment. You can see she's muttering a spell of some sort that you don't particularly recognize.
Counterspell.
Don't think you have that as a ranger. She looks up to you and it's the wound in his lung. It's open again. She sort of shakes her head as if to clear it, and she runs out of the room. Where she's gone. But she comes back a few moments later with a potion. She tips it down his throat, but he begins to sort of choke on it. Doesn't seem to be going down, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. There's no open wound. I can't close an open wound. I can't get inside his body. I have magics to heal him, but they're only minor.
Ooh, would cure wounds help?
Well, that's what she can do. Cure wounds, healing word. She can't do any more than that, but that's what she can do.
Oh.
That's a restoration, but he's not, he's not...
If I shift the spelling, could I close the wound?
No. Yeah, she sort of hesitates and looks down at him. And Katrikan comes in, and the king is following.
Oh my god.
He sort of looks.
I'll cast Detect Magic.
I would appreciate it if you move away from my son.
I immediately take 3 steps back.
Yep.
He sort of looks at you and... I suppose you should remain here so we can question you at least. He looks down again at his son, takes his hand, and Rusk sort of chokes and coughs. And he's trying to say something. Those of you who are in range, I suppose, maybe Winona and Kai, give me a perception check. It's for hearing, if that makes any difference. I think you two are probably the closest. Jesus Christ, okay. Yeah, he appears to be trying to say brandy.
That's what I was gonna say. While Kai was looking at him, I wanted to look at the brandy bottle.
He's trying to offer us a drink.
So it was sealed when you came into the room. He opened it for the first time. It took 2 minutes.
Well, how sealed? Because you can.
I want to look at the bottle.
Because you can you can close up wine bottles after they've been opened.
It was fully corked, with a sort of wax seal over the top. Certainly he had never opened it before, is the point, right?
Sure.
This is the first time he's drank the brandy. I'm not saying it couldn't have been poisoned. I'm saying if this is the first time he's partaken in the liquid. People aren't usually in the habit of drinking some of the bottle and then sealing it back up with cork and wax.
Yeah, that's...
maybe
it was a brand new bottle that someone could have planted it.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they won't let me look at the
well,
bottle.
as you
so
look
I'll
at it from where you
stand
are,
still.
you do see that it is called Sand Sedge Brandy.
Oh.
You've been to Sand Sedge. It's famous for its brandy. It is part of Arvenia. It's where there was a duke with an ailing dog.
Does anything ping with Detect Magic?
No. Yes, sorry, 2 things ping. The amulet around the king's neck, and the bottle of healing potion that's there.
Okay.
The amulet around the king's neck seems to be a mixture of conjuration and transmutation.
During this whole time that we've been in this room, I've just kind of been stood to the side. I don't know what snacks this world has, but I imagine a bag of sugar cubes. But I don't know what snacks this world has. If
I
any.
don't think it's sugar cubes, but you can get little candied sweets, little candied fruits, sugar fruits, that sort of stuff. Yeah.
I'd just be snacking on those.
You're just absorbing the drama like it's popcorn.
Yes, but because of that, when then other people started rushing in, I became very observant.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, so as you look around, one thing you will notice, Rusk is dying. There is little...
He died?
I literally cannot help, so...
There is nobody who, even with the lowest of perception scores, who wouldn't work out that he is dying. Jean-Qui appears in a slight state of panic. She doesn't know what to do. She has pulled many people back from the brink of death, but as she stares at him, she's at a loss. She turns to the king and she says, "Sacrifice, I can open his chest
Ooh, good
to
idea.
go at his lungs, but it may just kill him faster. I don't know what to do." He looks down at his son, and his son is shaking his head. No. Let not his last moments be of pain. Can you help him with that? She nods. She reaches into her pocket, taking the 3 green leaves that you saw that Katrikan offered you earlier.
Oh no.
She mutters to herself, Karaim. 1 for a good night's sleep. 2 for an endless sleeping draught. And 3 for the longest sleep of all. She crushes them. She places them in his mouth, lifts his chin, strokes his neck downwards. And he swallows the Karaim. Sort of nods and smiles and reaches out to Katrikan, holds her hand, and breathes his last breath.
Yes.
Is this when Kai uses raised dead?
This is when we have a discussion after session about Raised Death. Unless Kai wishes to rush in and try and cast it.
I don't think so.
You can rush in and start trying to cast it, but right now the king turns jewels.
I don't think he'll let us get close to the body.
I would like to ask you some questions.
Oh lord. We're gonna be thrown in the dungeon.
We will. Fuck. This is all going according to Regal's plans.
We don't have a dungeon.
Oh.
Oh.
We will surrender. We are innocent.
But I would appreciate it if you would come and speak with me. Somewhere. Not here. But for now, I need a moment. You could wait in the room opposite. I'd appreciate it.
Of course.
He
I'll
gestures
immediately
towards the
take
room
my
opposite. This is just a sort of glorified tent, basically, right? It's not a permanent structure as such. So there is a room there. There are no guards at all.
This is good actually, because when he came in, I thought he was gonna go. I felt like he was gonna go full Lord of the Rings and like jump on the fire with his son, so to speak.
No.
You know, in Lord of the Rings.
Yes, I know
guy...
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, his name is Denethor, but the point is irrelevant. No, he just asks you to wait in the room opposite. He doesn't put any guards on you. Nobody seems to be watching. And he kneels down and he grieves the body of his son. And that is where we'll end. We didn't get to the wedding.
I don't think they're going to have a wedding at this point. I think it was all
Is
a
there going to be a wedding
honeypot,
at this point? Yeah.
and there was never going to be a wedding.
We'll have to find out next week.
Top 10 anime betrayals.
But in the meantime...
Although, if we hook 2 of the people up, we can have 2 weddings and a funeral.
It was 4, not 2.
I've never seen the film.
Incompetent reference after incompetent reference after incompetent reference! Such a shit out! Oh, you're not going first. Jay, you're MVP.
Uh-oh. I'm not ready. Man, there was a lot.
It was so much. I had something in mind, but
I can start if that's easy. I really enjoyed the fact that you guys followed the character in the book despite being given multiple choices. So like when you were confronted with the option of like the official boat or the smugglers, you could have paid off the Duke, by the way. He would have charged you way less than Nick. And you could have paid him.
But we wouldn't have gotten our money back.
You wouldn't have gotten your money back, but you also wouldn't have been attacked by smugglers. But you chose to go with Nick, less like the character in the book. You went across country to Jahamp. You didn't stop by Moonseye, where you would have been turned away for your attempt on Regal's life. Because you're going to hear about that like within the first 5 minutes of next session. So I'm quite okay with spoiling it for now.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So you just followed what the characters did in the book, which I think was really cool. I loved how nonchalant Karina was when Stormsphere killed someone. She was like, "Oh, okay." Like, oh well, which is great. Hey. But most of all, I just like you guys' reaction to any time there is a water-based hazard in this game. We'll just go over it. I really enjoy that. That's great. So yeah, that was mine. And also, obviously, the not eating the Karaim. She tried to poison you.
I was so close to eating it because I wanted to
told
impress those
you.
girls. But that creepy clown just showed up like 1 second ago.
Yep.
Poison everywhere.
Yeah, that was slightly foreboding.
What's really interesting in the book is that the character gets the warning from the jester and still eats the herbs, thinking, it's not food, it's not dinner, right? And it's the princess who he's trying to stop from being, or her brother from being poisoned. Like, why would she poison him? And she eats it,
Never
so he eats it. And he's just like a full assassin, and yeah, he ends up nearly dying for it. So good job on avoiding that. Yeah, Jay, your MVP.
Yeah, I still have good moments. When we were first looking for Nick in the town and just going door to door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Forgot about the shenanigans.
Yes, Elf and Len and Nick, all of whom came with you, by the way, were all part of his family.
Ugh.
Yeah. Michaela.
Okay, yeah. So, just all the traps that have been set for us, I guess. Like the confusion of what was happening on the boat with Nick and who betrayed who, and then we get to this town and Regal's said it was gonna be us, and now this guy is dead. Everything's falling into place against us, which I hate, but also I love. How are the heroes of the realm gonna get out of this one?
I don't know if you're gonna find out what happened with the smugglers thing, so I might tell you after the MVPs, like to so that you know who betrayed who and what. I'm so
unsure.
Alora.
Oh man, I was still kind of thinking. I liked figuring out what the pilgrims are. That they're at least some of them are witted runaways.
Yeah.
I mean the ending was pretty darn intense.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Jamal.
How much of an absolute clusterfuck this has turned into. That was really. It felt really wild at the end. It's like I genuinely kind of got lost halfway through what was going on, and it's like, well, who's the poisoner now? What's going on? Who knows what and who doesn't know what?
Of course,
it was you guys.
It was me.
Yeah. That's what everybody else thinks. Josh.
That's sure how it looks.
I think mine is just like mysteries and stuff like that are always like very cool and very interesting. And I think it's a very cool twist to have it then be, the heroes of the realms that are being manipulated within this game, quote unquote. So yeah, I just like that, and
just imagine you were just one little character, just one little guy on his first assassination mission. It's only like
I know he didn't have friends.
He was fucked.
He wasn't gigantic.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't have raised dead. Yeah,
Poor thing.
This is one of the moments where the book gets quite dark and upsetting, and I quite like it. The smugglers sold you out.
I didn't want to know. I wanted to opt out now.
Okay.
But that's fine.
You'll never be able to discover anything about it in the future. So
a spoiler to that too.
Well, how would you, right? What are you going to do? Like track
I don't know. We
somewhere?
could investigate. Yeah, we could go back and find out and investigate.
I think we got he got his comeuppance when he lost all his money for all that bullshit.
But basically, the smugglers sold you out, but when his men were attacked on the beach, he got angry, and that's why he started fighting back and causing chaos. Because his men weren't meant to get attacked on the beach by the soldiers. They were just meant to pass.
So he also got betrayed.
So he also got betrayed. You would assume the soldiers were trying to capture his smuggling ring as well as you guys in like a double hit and claim their money back, and he got pissed. In the book, I couldn't do this to you because I couldn't guarantee you getting captured, but in the book, Fitz, the character who you guys are sort of does get captured by the soldiers there, as do the smugglers, and then the smugglers' friends come in the night and burn the whole place to the ground in anger, and Fitz gets out. So yeah,
we should have killed Nick and his family.
Maybe. But yeah, so that was that a little bit, because I don't think you're ever going to find that on the other way. But yeah, I hope you guys had a good session. I know that I did. And if you guys would like to say
yeah.
goodbye,
Goodbye.
Next
we
Bye.
shall see you next week.